To be or not to be? That is not actually a question, but a fucking statement. Ladies, gentlemen, and variations thereupon, this is Modern Escapism. Hello and welcome to the show. My name is Oodles, and I'm a right proper fanny. Joining me today, with a head like a potato, it's Biggie.
Fucking hell, alright, go straight in there.
Also, with a head like a potato and tuna, it's Gadget.
And tuna. And tuna.
Yeah.
It's a potato and it's smelly. Ugh.
And, with a head like a potato smothered in beans, it's Candy.
How could you? We have an understanding.
With a head like a packet of cheese and onion Walker's potato crisps, it's Stick. I had a nap before podcast. I didn't have time to write anything.
I think it shows. I don't know if they're going to spot it.
Someone once asked me, do you
Terrible.
script or do you just do it all off the top of your head? No, I write it down like a week in advance. This time I haven't.
You have 2 weeks to do it as well. Now.
Yes, I know. How is everyone?
Shocking.
Yeah. Okay. How is everyone?
A bit low energy.
Yeah, I just woke up from a nap. I don't know what year it is.
I've just had a nap. Well, I've got a hat on.
And we've all got like pillow creases on our faces.
Got my hair.
To be fair, I was lying down before because I was putting Kai to sleep. And I was drifting off.
God damn it, I want a nap.
It's because it's 11:30 on a Tuesday night.
We'll be all right. We can do this.
Might see if
I
I
have
can
bone of
tap into
contention.
narcolepsy.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was
Isn't
on
it
the
bane
last
of contention?
bone, isn't it?
Bone.
Oh, no.
Bone of contention.
Is it bone?
Yeah.
Okay.
So shut up.
I don't know. I don't use the phrase.
If it's
No,
a bane of contention, you just get this.
I wasn't
I
on
don't
the
think
last.
that's the
I
right
obviously
thing to
wasn't.
do.
I obviously wasn't on the last podcast.
Weren't you?
No, but it was 2 weeks ago, so I don't expect you to remember. Don't worry. Other podcasts have been recorded since then.
Oh.
Yeah, next time, skip some shit news and talk about Gene Hackman. Fuck me.
Gene Hackman. Why? What's happened to him?
Oh, it's a
One of
bit
the greatest
depressing though, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It was in my list.
greatest actors
I got
of
overruled.
all time. And you just
That's
skipped
old news.
over it.
I was
Goodness.
overruled.
Yeah, but next time talk less shit about whatever else you
Rest in
talked about.
peace,
I can't
Gene
remember
Hackman.
'cause I can't remember.
Rest in peace, Gene Hackman. Over a month ago.
Yeah.
The irony is I'll probably cut this.
No.
If we don't acknowledge he died, he never died. That's how I see it.
Despicable.
Rip hackers.
Anyway, that was it. I can't remember anything else. Oh yeah, I do actually
Oh
remember something
God,
else.
it
But
never ends.
I've saved it for another time. Don't you worry about that.
Oh my God, that's
So it'll be
obvious.
further
When
along
in-
that we won't remember it.
No, I actually took a video clip of it and saved an audio.
Oh no.
That's quite frightening. Anyway, speaking of fumbling the news, it's time for Biggie's breaking news.
Oh, he's on one tonight, isn't he?
You may already know, but he doesn't, because it's time for Biggie's Breaking News.
SAG-AFTRA, that's the acronym, actors' strike sets to continue as the union warns of alarming loopholes for AI abuse in its latest proposal. Actors from the US union have been on strike since July last year, as we've already covered, as the union negotiates with various video game companies on the interactive media agreement. Biggest sticking point is protecting actors from AI abuse. The union recently submitted a counter to this proposal that diligently addresses all of the loopholes and will result in a contract that offers the minimum protection of our members in order to maintain sustainable careers as video game performers. The bargaining group would have you believe that these are close to reaching a deal. This is not the case. They are hoping our members will turn on each other. And the negotiators, on behalf of the video game companies...
They are hoping our members will turn on each other, not we are hoping. Fucking hell, Biggie.
Oh, sorry.
Here at Modern Escapism, we hope that
We're
the actors
hoping we
turn
kill each other to get
yeah.
better deals for those that survive.
There can only be one
competition.
video game voice actor.
Oh god, Troy Baker's going to voice everybody.
Yeah, imagine that.
All the women
There's a clip
as well.
recently of Sony talking to an AI Aloy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. And
Ugh.
it's so ironic as well. Aloy of all characters against, artificial
Consider what the game's
intelligence.
about.
They just don't know, do they? So,
I never thought of it that way, yeah. The whole plot is about artificial intelligence going wrong.
Yeah.
And not only that is that she said that I don't know the voice actor's name. Apologies.
Ashley
That's
Birch.
the one. She said something about not being consulted about it either.
No, it was just Gorilla did it by themselves. Just using the voice scans and like recordings that she laid down for Forbidden West.
Yeah. Apparently it spoilt things as well.
Did it?
I've not played the whole game,
Brilliant.
so I don't know the
There's not much to
story.
spoil in that
Nah.
second game, mate. Christ.
But
But yeah, negotiators on behalf of video game companies are bargaining with SAG-AFTRA have responded to the news, and we have proposed a deal that includes wage increases of over 15% of SAG-AFTRA represented performers in video games, as well as an enhanced health and safety protections, industry-leading terms of use for AI digital replicas in-game, and additional compensation for the use of an actor's performance in other games. So,
Good luck
watch
to
this
him.
space.
Good luck to him. Fight on, comrades. Fight on. Next.
Scopely to acquire, is it Niantic game business, which includes Pokemon Go, one of the most successful mobile games of all time. The acquisition will welcome Niantic's entire game development teams, beloved games Pokemon Go, Pikmin Bloom, and Monster Hunter Now, and companion apps and services Campfire and Wayfarer to their diverse video game portfolio.
I mean, they're all the same game.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
They're all the Google Map games, aren't they?
But it made 1 billion in revenue last year.
Big companies getting bought out and stuff, then those games will probably be dead within a year.
Yeah.
1 billion revenue.
Yeah, it's insane.
I really like that Monster Hunter one that they did, but eventually.
But they're
you have
free to
start
play, aren't they?
Yeah,
Right.
eventually you have to start
Misunderstanding
going outside.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
like
but
all
still,
free to play.
it's free to play.
It's all free to play stuff. Is you want to do it quicker?
And it made 1 billion.
Fortnite's free to
you
play.
can do things
innit?
quicker by buying
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, buying balls that make you go quicker and paint.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
spots
it's,
so you
it's
don't have to go
fascinating that
outside.
people still do that.
Yeah. I mean, like I'm with Stig. I think it'll be dead in a year.
I just don't trust any of them anymore.
No, dead. Bye. Next.
God of War PS5 game returns to Greece this year. There's apparently a new game on its way, although it may
That
be more of a
confirmed?
side project.
Rumor mill.
I'm gonna say, is that confirmed?
It comes from Jeff Grubb of Giant
I mean,
Bomb.
fair play, but by the time zone that Kratos is in at the end of God of War Ragnarok, ancient Greece is not ancient Greece anymore. It's ancient Rome.
Also, he's gonna go back to Greece and be like, "Oh, there's no gods to fight," and just chill. Is that the holiday? Just Kratos on his holiday.
It's just not the Greece
Got
he
a
left.
rambling.
It's not even ancient Rome. It's the end of the Roman Empire by the time the Vikings are up and running.
Yeah.
But then again, is it ancient Norse? I don't know. It doesn't really give you a definitive time. So look at it.
I would like
It's just a Mykonos for an all-inclusive.
Yeah.
because obviously they did like, oh yeah, he's gonna go. The hints were it's
Egypt.
gonna go to Egypt because obviously Egypt's got all of its own gods and everything.
Yeah, you found it in Tyr's temple. All these hints that were
It would have been
going to
good.
go.
Good if it had like travelled into somewhere like Russia instead and like travelled
and
far,
Baba Yaga and stuff
gone
like
through
that.
to the and travelled through to the Far East.
Far
Yeah,
East
I
would be
think so.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
lot of-
facing jinns and
There's a lot
stuff.
of gods to kill there.
I just feel that like
Gilgamesh.
going to Rome or Egypt, they're all kind of very similar style gods.
Yeah, the one's got a god of lightning.
Yeah, like
One's got
whereas
a god of
going
the
over
dead.
to the Far East would like it just offers something a bit different.
Yeah, in Russia, there's a god that's the god of spoons, and it collects spoons.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yuri Gagarin.
And that's Kratos' new weapon. It's a big spoon.
Big spoon. But Eastern
There is
Europe
no
and
spirit.
Middle East especially, they do have a crazy pantheon of gods. So I'd be down for that. But they won't, because it's gone woke. They've gone to Middle East.
Kratos travels the Silk Road.
Yes, he ends up in China. Let's go. Fucking, it won't happen though. Next.
PS5 Pro's graphics will apparently get even better in 2026. The lead architect, Mark Cerny, has shared that the PS5 Pro system will receive an upgrade to its PSSR feature next year that will allow it to produce similar results to the FSR4 upscaling technology from AMD.
Okay.
Why didn't it launch with that?
Because it's all machine learning software stuff. It just they can keep updating it to a certain point.
Yeah, it's just
Do
software.
you know anyone
updates,
that's got a PS5 Pro?
Nope.
Can they?
Nope.
No.
Yeah.
Although I was going to say, if my PS5 breaks, I'll get a Pro.
The first person on this podcast to get a Pro is 100% you.
Probably.
I mean, Death Stranding 2 will run better on a Pro.
Oh, why would you say that? Oh,
All the trailers have been running on Pro.
shit, son.
And they're doing an edition, aren't they? A PS5
And then
Pro
I'm going to have to get a new
Death Stranding edition.
TV.
Yeah.
I can't
When's
afford
it
it.
out?
I need
Next
a
month, isn't it? Is it next
It's
month
out
or was
next
it June?
June, yeah.
June.
June. That's too soon.
Oh,
That's too soon
right
to
after my birthday.
comprehend. That is far too soon to comprehend that the GOT is released in 2 months.
That is surprising, isn't it? I
Gotcha.
still, it's just not really a summery game, is it? But there we
Oh.
go. Not that I'm mad that it's coming out earlier than I expected.
The first one was set on the beach.
It weren't.
one.
Cool. Next.
Well, speaking of Sony, another PS5 live service title does a Concord. Game and dev to close 2 weeks after PS5 launch. Yep, Spectre Divide. I don't know if you guys even know about
Never
it. It's a
fucking heard of it.
live service game. It looked to emulate Valorant in a 3v3 setting. It was released on the 25th of February.
What's it
But
called?
within the next 30 days of its release, the
You can't buy it
title will be
physical,
taken
can
off
you?
Oh,
permanently. And mounted
I don't think
that's
to
in my
the
retirement
close.
Well, I've got nothing to add. It's like, why bother? Why bother?
Another team might feel that as well, because Life is Strange Double Exposure wins the GDC Social Impact Award. But everyone got laid off.
yeah.
What game? Life is Strange, what?
Double Exposure. The narrative designer Elizabeth Ballou wrote on Blue Sky that it's fitting that nobody was there to accept the GDCA award that Double Exposure won because we all got laid off.
That's
A
awkward,
bunch of
isn't
us
it?
at GDC, and
Because
we
it
didn't know we
doesn't
were
sell.
even nominated.
I think it did sell. I just don't think it sold half as well as the previous Life is Strange games.
The fucking shit.
Don't forget, like Square Enix said that Rebirth didn't sell as well as they hoped, and that sold a phenomenal amount.
It's because they spend a phenomenal amount on it. That's why.
Mm. But what are they going to do? Who are they going to replace these devs with?
They're not going to do them anymore
Yeah.
because people aren't
The
buying
team
them.
who did Life is Strange 1 and 2 didn't even do this one. They did that Lost Records one.
Oh, did they not?
So it's just come out.
Oh. And you liked that, didn't you?
What, Lost Records? I haven't played it.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you
No.
were...
I
thought
was.
you couldn't wait for
Well,
that
I
one
was
to come out.
going to play it, and then TCGS said it was shit, and I was like, well, if they think a Life is Strange game's shit, then what's the point in me playing it? Like,
They like them,
yeah.
don't they?
Yeah,
they didn't like.
do,
They didn't
yeah.
like
Yeah,
Double
if they don't
Exposure
fucking
either.
like 'em.
Really didn't like the ending. So it's just
I'd say it's sad to see it go, but I'm not
1 and
sad.
2 were great, and then it just hasn't anything afterwards. It's just kind of just taken a downward trajectory.
Mm-hmm. Shame. Really. Next.
Some more positive news this time. Xbox Next Gen console reportedly targeting 2027, and maybe with a handheld device due this year.
That's cool.
It's just a ROG Ally with an Xbox button. It's not even. It's not
Nice.
anything special. I already have that machine,
Nice.
just not with an Xbox button.
Nice.
So
I'm
that'll
getting it just so I've got a better one than you.
It's the same
Steve.
one.
so that'll be
It's not. It's got an Xbox button.
so that'll be Elder Scrolls 6 launch title then, if they're saying 26, 27.
I love how you keep thinking that game's coming out.
One day it will.
We discussed this
I'll
already.
be the next Skyrim
the
grandma.
time between Skyrim and Elder Scrolls announcement is the same amount of time as the announcement and now.
Yeah, it's been like 6 years, hasn't it, since they even did the trailer.
Someone
the
was
teaser
told,
trailer.
just throw it out there.
I
and
don't.
then-
I don't understand it because, like, it's not like we didn't expect them to be making it. Yeah, obviously, they're going to be making a new one.
I I genuinely, I'm not being
Same
a
problem with
negative Nancy.
Hollow Knight.
I don't know how you guys, you proper like hardcore Skyrim fans, think it's ever going to live up to it.
Yeah,
Genuinely. With their track record lately,
I'm not expecting it to. I'm genuinely not expecting it to.
I think
hopefully
it
I'll be
might
pleasantly
cure an itch. It might be like, oh, brilliant, we've got something to fucking talk about for the next 6 years at least. But I just
Just play
can't.
Avowed. That fills a void for now.
Just play Avowed, yeah. They've done it. They've
More on
already
that
done
later.
it.
Gadget finished it while we were supposed to have been recording one night, I think.
I don't think it's finished. He don't finish games anymore.
Hell, why am I catching
He's
strays?
right
here?
there.
Stop being quiet. Next.
Over to the world of film and TV. Warner Brothers are negotiating the big sale of shelved Coyote versus Acme movie. So we may still see this film.
I want to see it.
Zaslav will want far too much money for it, and then he'll say, no one wanted to pay enough
Yeah.
for it, and then we'll just put it back in the vault and it's a tax write-off.
Apparently it's a
I wanna see
$15 million range of money being talked about at this point.
So it's entire production budget.
Pretty much. I would
Netflix will throw away money. They'll buy it.
I want to watch it. I love that kind
I
of.
like the sound of it. It sounds great.
Yeah, I love that kind of play on something classic. So it won't live up to expectations now. This is the point. Everything gets so fucking hyped now. Anyway, next.
Amy Pascal and David Heyman have been confirmed to produce the new James Bond film at Amazon. If you're unsure of who these people are, they're hard at work on either HBO's Harry Potter reboot or Spider-Man 4, Beyond the Spider-Verse, and Spider-Noir. As well as a
Maybe they should
Narnia
find some people
film.
who like have a slightly calmer work slate.
Yeah.
They don't tend to do that, do they? They're just like, you're on this. Do you want to do this as well? Yeah, let's just do all this. Let's just keep
Like,
going.
Yeah,
nothing
let's
gets
just,
finished.
Let's just all work
Still
on
no
three of the
announcement of
biggest
Bond yet.
things going
Things
in the
ever.
next few years at the same time.
Yeah, we obviously we won't half-ass any of them. Fuck off. Give people a fucking rest, man. Let them put their effort into one thing. Like that Harry Potter thing's got so much riding on it. It's like I would hate to be involved in it, just for sheer backlash of it.
Yeah,
But
they
even
won't
if-
be able to.
Even if it's great, people
Yeah.
will be like, "It's not my Harry Potter."
Exactly, there's no way to win. I don't think.
I
As long as kids like it, it's,
just
you know.
don't see the point in looking at like
It's not for
looking at
kids, it's
stuff
for
like
adults.
that. Just if it's great, it's great. Like I don't give like I
Yeah.
really
No,
don't
people
care.
do.
if
I know.
like-
It's irregardless.
and like,
I know a mate. I've got a mate that swears blind Halo's not a good game, and I'm like, are you fucking unreal? Because he's a big PlayStation fanboy. I'm like, if you denounce Halo, there's something wrong with your eyes, ears, and thumbs. Do you know what I mean? it's a phenomenal
annoys me that-
game. Just
when
because
they're
it's
like,
green.
oh, like they should have got Adam Driver or someone to play Snape because he looks more like Alan Rickman. It's like the whole point is not to look like that.
It
Like,
doesn't
if,
look like
if
Alan
every
Rickman,
character
yeah.
comes on that screen and looks like the film versions, it's
Yeah,
going
it's not
to
a
look like,
remake. It's
yeah,
a
just gonna look
retelling.
like a cheap rip-off.
Yeah,
The only thing that's probably going to be similar is probably set designs.
Harry
I
Potter.
hope so. That would be more than any actor. That would be what I would be most upset about if Hogwarts looks completely different. If they use a completely different theme tune,
They
like,
might do.
it would be so. They might, but it would be so jarring to go to Hogwarts.
Look at Rings of Power doesn't use Howard Shaw's famous.
Yeah, but
soundtrack,
Lord of the
does
Rings
it?
doesn't have a big, massive theme park based around how the sets look,
Oh yeah,
whereas Harry Potter does.
Yeah. I suppose they could just use Hogwarts as is, couldn't they?
I think
and occupy it with different faces.
I mean, Hogwarts really is kind of the main character, isn't it? If you look across all of the Wizarding world.
So that was the exciting thing about the game, was going running around Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Well, the game was called Hogwarts Legacy,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
but
Harry Potter.
it would be nice to just see it done slightly different. Like, yeah.
I would like to see it a little bit different. I'd like to see it, like, I don't know, I just want to see somebody else's spin on it.
Mm.
It can't hurt because the originals still exist.
Anyway.
That's how I see it. Anyway, next.
Speaking of franchises and Bond, Jason Bourne franchise is apparently having a reboot as rights to the spy saga leave Universal. I like the
Shrug, big old shrug of the shoulders. The first three are great.
I didn't understand the words he said.
Jason Bourne is being rebooted because the rights have been lapsed.
Oh, I've never seen them.
First three are really good. Really good.
If you can handle the shaky cam. It always made me feel sick, those films.
But it forced James. It actually forced James Bond to go in a different direction because of how corny Pierce Brosnan's Bond's got. You know, like surfing
100%.
on ice or whatever he did.
Racing on ice.
Race on ice. Yeah, but it wasn't there surfing parachute.
Parachute on the wave.
And then it came down. It's like, oh, look at how good this real and gritty, like spy thriller film is.
I fucking loved Pierce Brosnan's Bond. It was so good.
The first two. But yeah, no, they're very good.
Once a year.
Imagine if you had sort of Pierce Brosnan, but in the gritty world of Daniel Craig. That would have been quite cool, actually.
He's just a bit too campy, though, isn't he, Pierce? Well, yeah.
Too old.
Age aside.
Not now, back then.
If we're talking a gritty Bond back then, I think he's still a bit too campy, isn't he? He's all the characters he plays.
Too campy.
I watched him in a film
that
I'm going to talk about later where he isn't campy.
Oh.
Thank you. I reckon he could have pulled it off with a bit of the old little wry
Stiggs
smile.
finally watched the Thomas Crown Affair.
I watched that years ago.
Just a quick mention to Netflix's Adolescence makes UK TV ratings history. The show's become the first streaming show in history to top the UK's weekly TV ratings. Its first episode was watched by 6.45 million people in the first week. It also marks the biggest viewership for any streaming TV show in the UK in a single week. A record previously held by Netflix's Fool Me Once back in January last year.
It's massive.
Done all right, that show.
It's
More on that
been
later.
massive, yeah. Like just talked about in the news, in Parliament. It's reached like the Prime Minister, and he said that how important it is. Like some of these things that the show touches on that, as a society, we should be looking at, like especially as parents and teachers.
More on that later.
Yeah.
More on you later.
Yeah, more on you later, bitch.
Ooh. I'll be with
Next.
your
Are
mum
you reviewing Biggie later?
You'll be on my mum later. She's dead, so you're a necrophile.
I need to find Biggie's Metacritic
That's
score.
why she doesn't
Not
move
stopped
around
me
much.
before.
You disgust me, all of you.
Over to other music. Sleep Token announced a new album, Even in Arcadia, and released a lead single called Emergence. The Mars Superstar.
I can hear Candice Fanny beating from here.
Not just Candice Fanny.
All of us.
I've already pre-ordered it.
Not all of us.
I've pre-ordered the vinyl with a T-shirt.
So what you're saying, Stig, is this is a good year for music for you so far?
Yeah.
So you've had Coheed this month, and now you've got Sleep Token coming out.
Yeah, I've discovered something else new as well. So, it's been really good.
To be a fly on the wall in Stig's house while he's discovering Eureka moments. Love it. I'd love it. Next.
Just some Biggie Bully. Start again. Just some Biggie Bullet Points.
You will never get this right.
Biggie.
Is it a bully bonus, Biggie?
Biggie special
Bully
prize.
Speedboat.
Ori, No Rest for the Wicked studio goes fully independent in the aftermath of a private division closure. Moon Studios, developer behind the series, has announced it's fully independent, having secured its rights back after they left Take-Two publisher Interactive.
Good.
90s Nintendo console runs faster as it gets older. Not like me. And no one knows why. Apparently the SNES has been discovered that recently by a team called Tazbot, where they're behind robots designed for tool-assisted speedruns. They've noticed that the SNES's audio processing unit, APU, often runs too fast, which causes game audio such as music and sound effects become higher pitched, and they cannot understand why this happens.
All right then.
Monsters.
Maybe Doom will be better on it though.
Doom. I don't think Doom was ever on SNES.
It was.
No, it was.
Just wasn't
It
very
ran
good.
like shit.
That's what I mean.
I can't imagine playing Doom on a SNES.
It's because they didn't have the 3D accelerator chip that you had, like Lilac
No,
Wars
that's what I'm
had.
saying.
So it was
It came on a
this-
different cartridge, didn't it?
Yeah, so it was the software renderer, which you could get on PC, but it meant it ran at about 15 frames a second and was just really fucking slow. Also, no blood. Because
Yeah,
Nintendo.
Yeah. Weird.
Sadie Sink will star opposite Tom Holland in MCU sequel Spider-Man 4. Any guesses who she'll be in the movie? I think it'd be Gwen Stacy, surely.
Yeah, they've already got an MJ.
Mhm.
Everyone's like, "Oh, it's going to be MJ. 'Cause she's got orange hair." It's like, well,
She doesn't have to
Yeah.
have orange hair.
Nope.
Yeah. She will be.
Spider-Gwen.
Yeah, she'll be young Aunt May. Spider-Man goes back in time and ends up getting with his aunt when she's a teenager.
Oh,
Nice.
whoa.
It's not illegal.
Futurama did it first.
It's immoral.
Just making notes. Split Fiction looks set for Hollywood as bidding war begins for movie adaptation.
Already, Jesus.
Cool.
Yeah. Chappie director Neil Blomkamp is to tackle the new Starship movies adaptation at Sony, who are
Starship
also
Troopers.
producing Helldivers 2, which is based on Starship Troopers.
Whatever. He's a one-hit wonder in my opinion.
Neil Blomkamp.
He's done one good
Yeah.
film,
He's done one good film, I agree.
and it was 2009. Like
District 9.
everything
Yeah.
else has just been. Meh.
It's also gory as well, like so viscerally gory. Even like the short stories that he does.
Wasn't he supposed to be doing Halo at one point, wasn't
He did a Halo
That's what
shot.
District 9 became. A lot of the assets that they designed for Halo became parts of District 9.
he? Okay.
It's an industry known secret, even though it's not a secret.
He was going to do an Alien film as well, wasn't he? At
He
some
was,
point.
yeah. Yeah, he was going to Alien 5, where Ripley went to the alien homeworld.
Yeah.
So
Clone
I'm glad
Ripley.
that didn't happen. Yeah, Clone
Me
Ripley.
too. I've been watching all of the films and they drop off in quality big time.
Yeah, they fucking do. After 2.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 would have reportedly finally include Bam Margera after all. Apparently, Tony Hawk had to intervene himself to ensure that he appeared in the game.
Why
Good.
was he not going to be?
Probably something to do with his sobriety and the way it would have made the game
Yeah.
look. But he's sober now, though, isn't he? I think.
Yeah, he's doing
Don't
well.
know.
Keep seeing him
Yeah,
popping up on
so
TikTok, and he
he's-
seems to be having a good time.
Yeah, so he deserves to be in it.
John Lithgow returns as the Trinity Killer in Dexter Resurrection. That's the
Fuck
title,
off.
isn't it?
Way to ruin one of the best bad guys ever.
So was Dexter just going to meet him as a teenager then? Completely kind of
This is
undo the good stuff undo the introduction to the Trinity Killer in the original series.
No, surely that because doesn't. Oh, he's gonna have I've met him at some point. Oh, just fuck off. Just no,
Do you think could it possibly be flashbacks or something?
I don't
Flashbacks to
know.
what? Because Dexter Resurrection. Is that the one with the
So
kid?
th-
No, it's
no,
not.
this-
It's,
So this
that's
is a
the new one.
sequel. It's not the prequel. It's another sequel.
The
so
only
it could
way this
potentially
I don't
be
know
flashback.
anymore.
Right. The only way this works is him being a ghost and then Dexter's figure in his imagination.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, they
spoiler
already
alert,
did that with
you-
Deb, though, didn't they?
You can't,
Yeah, they did that with Harry.
can't come back from the dead when you've been chopped up.
Chopped up and dropped in Miami Harbour.
Yeah,
It'd be surprising, wouldn't it?
yeah.
Not impossible.
Or maybe
Unlikely.
it'll go paranormal. That'd be cool.
Dexter has to deal with all the ghosts of everyone he's ever killed.
Yeah, Dexter's Mansion.
Oh, only if what's his name comes back. He bursts through the door in the middle of the night. Surprise, motherfucker!
Dokes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Surprise,
Surprise, motherfucker!
Yeah.
Every time you talk about Dexter, it makes me convinced I never need to watch it.
Just the first 4 series.
Yeah.
Nope. No.
It's literally just first 4 series.
You would enjoy it though. You really would enjoy it.
No, I wouldn't.
So
Sexy
you'd
as
know
fuck.
when to stop.
Mm.
Finally, The Last of Us Part 2 trailer, which I didn't get a chance to mention in the last pod. Have you guys checked it out? Because it's awesome!
Nope.
No.
No, just not bothered because I
I'll
know
play
I'm
game,
going to
mate.
watch it. And it's going to be good.
I'm so excited for the TV show now.
It's out soon as well, isn't it? Like within the next week or so?
3 weeks, I think.
Nice.
I haven't got much time to play the game.
Anyway, get it right,
Good
Biggie.
luck.
It's called Joel.
Joel.
Is it though?
Have you got your sofa Scotch guarded yet, Stig?
Yeah.
Finally, over to the Weird World Web. Club apologises after a minute's silence is held for an ex-player who is still alive. Bulgarian top flight team has apologised for holding a minute's silence for a former player, only to discover that he was still alive. Ardar.
What country?
Bulgaria. Arda
Jesus Christ.
Karzali mourned Petko Ganchev before Sunday's league game, with Levski Sofia, with both teams lining up at the centre circle, bowing their heads in Ganchev's honour. However, before the game had ended, Arda posted on the Facebook page saying they'd been misinformed. The management would like to express a huge apology to the former Arda player and his relatives after the club received wrong information about his death. We wish him many more good years of health to enjoy the success of Arda.
Fucking hell.
Like Monty Python, isn't it? I'm not dead yet.
And then they club him anyway.
That is a weird one.
That is weird. Bless him. Any more?
That's it,
Oh,
mate.
look at that. Never been so quick.
That's how it's done. That's how it's done, guys. That's how it's done. Have a nap before a podcast. Let's get them fucking whipping it out. Let's find out what we've been doing these last 2 weeks. Let's just keep him chatting. It's Biggie. What you been up to?
Ooh, well, I'll start with the not so great. I watched Snow White. Not by choice. I obviously took my daughter out. It's not really
I
my
think it's a great film, the original.
film. Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, it's another Disney reimagining of one of its classic fairy tales.
It's first.
Kids will enjoy it. You're not going to have a problem taking the kids to see that, if you know what I mean. As an adult, you're going to pick issues with what's going on. I actually thought Ziegler, however you pronounce the surname, Rachel Ziegler, was fantastic in the role. She's really good. Puts a bit more of a positive spin on her character, Snow White. She's a bit more dynamic, a bit of a...
Yeah, but Biggie,
it's gone woke.
Biggie,
She's a
not
strong
white.
girl. Oh, no.
Skin as white as snow. It says so in the text.
I can't watch it. She's not white.
Snow woke.
She is an incredible singer, though, because she was in that Hunger Games
great.
film as well, wasn't she?
Yeah.
And West Side
Really,
Story.
yeah, a really incredible singer.
I just can't.
Although
She just
I-
can't keep her mouth shut, though. That's the trouble.
Not
That's the
white.
problem.
generally
She's a
chuckled.
PR. She's a PR nightmare.
Yeah, that's...
Why? What's up with her?
quite
She
a few
basically
things.
tells people who don't want to see a film to fuck off.
I agree. She's got every right to say that.
She,
I know, but it's
she
not how you promote a
slated the
film.
original. She's got a few pro comments about either. I think she was Israel, pro-Israel. I think was it or Gal Gadot
No,
was
it's Gal
pro.
Gadot. That.
That's Gal Gadot. You know,
Yeah,
Falls
so
in-
she,
falls
she
in,
was
Mossad.
pro-Palestine. She
Yeah.
was pro-Palestine basically. So obviously the two leads have got conflicting political.
So they're
views as well.
shooting each other throughout. They go.
But yeah, she
I've
was
just
absolutely fine. All the other characters were great in what they had to do, but the film, it was just a remake basically. The original will always be better. But to me, the thing that really frustrated me more than anything else was just the fact that the dwarves were animated and
Nightmare
in the
fuel.
background. And in the background, you've actually got proper people with dwarfism playing roles as well, which doesn't even make any sense. It's just, why were they animated? I just can't get my head around it. It's like watching two separate films when they appear.
They tried it, didn't they? With real actors.
No, so it's a weird one. Disney just kept changing the mind and
Yeah,
bringing it
yeah.
again. Because Peter Dinklage went on a podcast
Yeah, he
and
made a
moaned
comment,
about,
yeah.
we should be past people with dwarfism playing these parts now. But then all the other actors that are dwarfism, we don't have your profile, but we rely on them. We rely on those parts that, you know, when the part requires someone of our stature,
we rely on being.
We rely on that. We can't be Peter Dinklage, who can just go and play a character in a film because he's Peter Dinklage. And Disney just kept, yeah, exactly. But
he's just a better actor.
But people like Disney just kind of were like, oh, I don't know what to do. Let's just make them CGI and look like the originals.
And out of the 7 dwarves, one voice actor has dwarfism. So he's voicing an animated dwarf, but can't appear in it. And yet there are a couple of actors in the background that have dwarfism. It's been
a PR nightmare, that film.
I've not seen a picture of them before. I've just Googled them. Jesus fucking Christ.
Dopey looks like Alfred E. Newman from Mad Comics.
He does, yeah.
which is really weird. But do you know what?
Sorry, Becky.
If it was a totally animated movie, then it would have been absolutely fine, because then the dwarves would be fine. They look good. They're animated well. There's not actually a problem with them in that respect. But when you see them in the live action, they don't work.
I'd like it if it was all animated, but the dwarves were humans.
That would be amazing.
I mean, remember when Snow White and the Huntsman came out? You had a similar issue because the dwarfs and that were kind of semi-animated. And I'm
just sick of the evil queen being the best-looking woman on planet every time and still
dwarves
moaning.
The dwarves in that Huntsman film were all like regular-sized and just shrunk down, they were just perspective and stuff. It was like Nick Frost and people, wasn't it?
It was like it were like the lads in The Hobbit.
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
They're just like forced perspective.
The thing is to this though, like my kids haven't even asked about it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
my daughter wanted to see it.
I didn't even know it was out.
Yeah, I just don't think many people care about Snow White anymore.
I don't care about the remakes at all.
Is she going to be bothered about it a week later? No.
It's just a fucking waste of time, man.
The original is a really interesting piece of history to look back on and see where Disney kind of started out and everything, and that's probably where it should end.
Yeah, but that prince didn't ask consent for a kiss, did he?
They never do. They never do, mate.
They never do. Never do.
Like a Sleeping Beauty, just having a fucking nap.
Yeah,
I'm boycotting
he didn't ask for consent. It's like, he saved her life by just giving her a peck.
And did he? She were alive.
She would have died.
Might want a lay in.
But moving on swiftly from that.
Beauty and the Beast is just Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah.
She preferred the Beast. She was gutted when he turned back.
We all were.
So like, he was fit, him. He were a beast. Look at his wildebeest feet.
Curly dog, red rocket dick.
Yeah, it's just curly dick.
I chuckled to myself when the film started as well, because it literally recants a very quick tale of the kingdom in about 10, 20 seconds. Something really stupid. And then they burst into song, and I thought, oh, Angry Kurt would love this film. It literally almost kicks off with a song. Yeah, he'd be
I wish we had a song prepared then when I'll start singing. That'd be brilliant.
But yeah, the one thing I am going to talk about, because I have watched this week, and I think you guys have as well, some of you, is Adolescence. The 2025 British crime drama TV series. We just talked about it in the news briefly. It's a 4-parter created by Jack Foam and Stephen Graham, who also naturally acts in it. It's centered around a 13-year-old schoolboy named Jamie Miller.
Don't spoil it.
Who gets arrested right off the bat, right at the beginning of the episode. Are we going to say why he's been arrested? How much?
Yeah, you can say why he's got arrested. That's the whole setup of the show.
Because he's been nicking from corner shop
for an apparent alleged murder of a female classmate. And then each of the 4 episodes cover a period of time from that opening shot of them breaking the door down in his house to whatever happens at the end of this. It's 4 episodes only. Weirdly, episode 3 has been hailed as a fantastic achievement in television, very similar to what happened with The Last of Us as well. Just episode 3 seems to be the number, and it is. Each episode is a different viewpoint of the situation. There's a bit of a time jump as it goes. The acting is just insane. This boy, Jamie Miller, as Owen Cooper, is just fantastic in that role. And it's his first ever role as well. His performance is just mind-blowing. But but everyone in it. Stephen Graham naturally does what Stephen Graham does, and he's so good in this. Erin Doherty as well, who plays a psychologist. She's fantastic. I don't know what else to say. I mean, I'm obviously a parent myself.
Congratulations.
It's stuff that you kind of know anyway, but my wife and I have just been talking about this for the last few days, just literally about how on earth we're going to keep trying to keep our daughter safe in the future because of stuff that's revealed throughout the show. It just makes you think long and hard about what you do as a parent, what schools they may go to, society in general. Just it's just brilliant, and I think, like Stig was talking about, it's been talked about everywhere in Parliament. People are talking about having this shown at schools, at high schools, about the knock-on effect of what can happen and how it affects people. It's stuff that we obviously know, and the thing that I found about this was that when you read or hear something on the news about some awful crime, that's kind of what you hear. You just hear what's happened. You might hear some talk about what's happened. There might be some newsreel, but it's kind of, it is what it is. But this show obviously presents everything that kind of happens to a point. And I think that was just even more hard-hitting than actually real news, which is a weird thing to say. But I just think it nailed it even more home to me, if that's a way to present this. But
Yeah, because it touched on like how it doesn't just touch on what's happening to him. It touches on how it's affecting some of the people at the school, how it's affecting even some of the police officers, detectives, how it's affecting his family. Like it kind of goes to, it follows various people and various different viewpoints.
And speaking of that, the camera is again all shot in one take. They did loads and loads and loads and loads of rehearsals to get to the point where they can do it in one take. And obviously there's some very clever camera work as they do that. But it's just insane. It's so good. I haven't seen Boiling Point, but if you've seen that, apparently it's a very similar one take process.
Boiling Point.
Yeah, it's really good.
Boiling Point's really good.
That's on my to watch list. But yeah, the camera gets really into people's faces as they're obviously delivering their incredible performance. So you just feel like you're right there and you can't help but get taken in by the atmosphere. And I know some people have mentioned about the walk-in shots, that some people feel like they're unnecessary, but for me it added to the atmosphere. I thought it was incredible when you're watching these people walking through areas whilst things were going on in the background, the way it jumps from people mid-walk as well. I just thought it was brilliant, top to bottom. It is a difficult subject matter, but I just think everyone should kind of watch this, whether you're a parent or not. It's just, mind-blowing, incredible television for me. Congratulations to everyone involved.
I liked it. I just sick of hearing about it because my wife's in it for 3 seconds and she can't shut up about it. She keeps pausing, like sending video to people. There I am, and she is, and I'm like, fuck off. I'm sick of hearing about it. I remember Dave she messaged me saying, I've just seen Stephen Graham. I'm like, fuck off, because I love him. I was very gutted.
You're just jealous, Oodles, because I bet if you were in it for 4 seconds, you'd be fucking showing off to her all the time.
No, I wouldn't watch. I wouldn't be able to watch it if I were in it, even if it for a second. I can't do. But it is a good show. I don't think it's as mind blowing as people are making out. I think it's important. It definitely is. The message is important, but I don't love the kid actor in it. I can tell.
How can you not?
I don't think he's that good.
Oh my word, you're joking.
I disagree.
My son would have been
especially
better.
like that third episode as well. To know that a lot of that was improvised as well. They just kind of bounce off each other during the moment.
Whole show is one take. Every episode's one take. They film it twice a day, don't they? And they go with best take, like a play. That's how they did it. Which I think it's a great way of doing it. That's what they did for Boiling Point as well. I do like this style of telly because it feels realer, if you get me. Like even Stephen Graham in one of his interviews, he's openly admitted that there's some guffs in the final cut, but they've just rolled with it. You know what I mean? And I think adds to authenticity. But yeah, it is good. I didn't adore it. That's all. It's absolutely good.
Wow.
I'm glad you loved it though.
No, I just was it's because that's what I'm saying about Stephen Graham. He's really good. And Erin Doherty, she's in that other show you're watching, Thousand Blows as
Thousand
well, right?
Blows. She's better in that. They're both
I've
in
not
that.
come across
They're
her
both
before
in
as an
that.
actress. Yeah, exactly.
in The
They've
Crown.
obviously worked together before, but they don't work together in this.
She was Princess Anne in The Crown.
Yeah. So, yeah, but I just thought everyone that played their role when they obviously
Everyone
had
was
Ashley
great.
Walters
Everyone
as the
was
police,
great.
I thought they were fantastic. It
The
just
kid
delivered
was
the
good.
realism for me.
The kid was
It felt
good. I
real.
just don't think he was fucking mind blowing. People saying he needs a BAFTA. Like, does it?
Yeah.
I think you're wrong.
Yeah, so do I. But anyhow.
I'm allowed to be wrong.
Oh, of course you are. Yeah, that's
Is that everything for you, sir?
yeah. I'm playing
I'll
The Witcher
move.
3 still. Love it.
Any good? I've never heard of it before.
Well, it starts.
I'll go next. I've not done that much, but I have done one new thing because I've got, similar to Biggie, going back to older games. I've got back into Baldur's Gate 3 again. It's hard, that game, to put down once you start playing it, isn't it?
It is. I've got too much to do. That's why I've not started a third playthrough yet.
I get a third, mate. I'm on like my seventh. I'm on like my seventh game playthrough. I've platinumed it. Do you know what I mean? I'm still playing it.
Oh, you played it in the end.
Yeah.
Well
It's easy to do eventually if you do everything. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm going to talk about a light-hearted show that just popped up out of nowhere for me on Amazon Prime, and it's the UK version of Last One Laughing.
Oh, I've been watching that. It's great, isn't it?
So, Jimmy Carr presents a show where he puts comedians in a house for 6 hours, and none of them are allowed to laugh, or they'll get eliminated. The beauty is, this could have been oh so wrong, but the choice of comedians
If you watch
is
like
outstanding.
if you watch the American one is not funny at all.
It's not, because Americans aren't funny.
No.
They're not.
They don't know what humour is. They just go crap. This right.
Better
So
work than Candy.
you've got the likes of Joe Wilkinson. You've got some load of awesome female comedians. I'm sorry if I'm not naming them all, but the creme de la creme. If you put the funniest man in Britain in there, they put Bob Mortimer in there. How the fuck are you supposed to not laugh for 6 hours when Bob Mortimer's in there? And they're all trying to make each other laugh while not trying to laugh. Now, not every episode's out. They release 2 episodes a week. I think we've got 4 at the moment.
Yeah, there's 4. Yeah, Pip and I have watched all 4 of them.
Yeah, I have. And I have not, had to rush to the toilet because I was pissing myself laughing as much in years.
Because the show is filmed over the 6 hours. It's filmed
6
in one
hours.
shot.
Yeah.
So the first episode, it's chuckle worthy. It's not that funny, but each episode covers like an hour of the time that they're in there.
Yeah.
So by the time you get to the second one, they're all starting to lose it a little bit.
Yeah, they get a bit crazy.
Because
Is it not cut then at all? Is it?
No, not really.
it's edited down to half an hour for each episode, but
Yeah.
each episode covers an hour. It's for me, it's Daisy Mae Cooper. She's
unreal.
She's really funny all the time. Every time someone tries to make her laugh, she just
scrunching her face up.
scrunches her face up like she's trying to eat a lemon. It's so fucking funny. And what's his name, Rob Beckett as well, because he's got
Becky's good in it.
his face is 82% teeth anyway. So it's like
Yeah, he looks like the mouth of Sauron, doesn't he?
yeah, and he's walking around trying his best not to fucking laugh.
That's
The
a
last
great way of
episode,
putting it.
the last episode that's out has fucking Danny Dyer coming in playing Harry Potter, and it's
Danny
one
Dyer
of the
turns
funniest
up.
things I've ever
You were
seen.
trying to fucking mug me off at Dumbledore, and he's up fighting him. And there's one little skit that I'll live on in my mind for the rest of my life, is Joe Wilkinson doing a PSA on the RNLI, the Royal Lifeguard Association. And people
fucking
trying not to laugh.
driest
And
thing in the world.
you've got
It's so
Richard
funny.
Ayoade in there that's admitted saying he's not laughed since the 1990s. And he's breaking. He's breaking down because Joe Wilkinson's doing a little PSA on the RNLI. And it's the most British / funny thing. I was wetting myself.
It's really, really good.
Do you know how funny it was? Candy, you'll get this, and Biggie, you'll get this. you know when you're proper stoned and your best mate's there and you're just giggling and you can't stop and you get like that hideous laughter?
And
It's that without
does that.
stone. Yeah,
You just, yeah.
it's that without needing to be stoned.
I'll not say the full circumstances or who he gets out, but Bob Mortimer gets someone out by simply sitting in a chair, and it's one of the funniest things in the world.
I was dying when he did that. I was dying.
Pip and I had to watch it twice because we were laughing so hard we couldn't hear what they were saying.
and surprisingly, like Jimmy Carr's not annoying in it.
Well, no, because he's around his mates. That's
Jimmy, he's just being real rather than fake Jimmy Carr.
Yeah, Jimmy, because like I've got a lot of respect for Jimmy Carr, not for his tax purposes. But,
No,
he's a big proponent of young talent, and
propping him up, isn't he?
A lot of people on that show he gave their big breaks to.
Yeah,
Because most of them are actually reasonably recent comedians who have got a high profile and they've done Taskmaster and shit like that.
yeah. And 8 out of 10 cats countdown.
But so like when someone gets knocked out, they go into like the room with
Sit
Jimmy
with
and
him.
Roisin Connerty and sit with them. So they're all just there laughing at their mates
It's so fucking good.
it's really good. I'm surprised no one's thought of doing it sooner.
Yeah, I am.
I saw
am.
it come up in my sort of, this
It's
something
it's
like likes
worth
thing.
your
But I just
time if you like to
didn't
laugh.
think anything of it.
I've never seen anything this funny in years, and someone that's direct to streaming. It's like this is I've not laughed this hard since like Garth Marenghi.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like old school, like some episodes of Spaced made me howl. This is that far on. Like I just because it's quite wholesome as well.
It is.
Apart from
'cause they're
some
all
of them
mates.
are dirty. They're all dirty buggers. Because
Lou,
funniest
what's
thing
her
is
name? Oh, Lou, what's her name?
Lou Sanders.
Lou Sanders, yeah. She's fucking great.
She is.
She's a dark horse. Yeah,
And we still don't know who's won it because it's not over yet.
there's a moment where Bob Mortimer's serenading Daisy Mae Cooper, and she's
He's
dying.
singing. He's singing the songs that he sings on Atletico Mints, and it just kills me.
Yeah.
Oh, God, he is a national fucking treasure. His book's really good, by the way, as well. His audio book.
Yeah.
Because he narrates it, and it's so funny.
I nearly crashed the car listening to that one.
Yeah, he's so fucking... But yeah, if you like comedy, if you like comedians not doing stand-up and just being themselves... But imagine like us trying not to laugh while even just doing this podcast, and we're not even comedians. We'd struggle. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe that could be a special that we do.
We'd sound like one of them Wondery podcasts, wouldn't we?
Yeah,
They never laugh.
It'll be a podcastle special, that one.
Yeah.
Trying not to laugh. That'd be fucking too hard. But yeah, I really, really recommend. And I needed something a bit light-hearted after all heavy stuff we've been watching, and like especially like Adolescence and other stuff, and Thousand Blows and stuff. It's all really po-faced and somber and stuff. And then this just came out of nowhere for me, and I absolutely recommend it to everyone. If you like comedy. And you should.
Who doesn't?
Last One Laugh in UK, it's called. I think they've got all the countries as well on Amazon Prime. They've got the Japanese one, they've got the American one, they've got the Northern Irish, and the Irish one.
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah, that's how I saw the American. Because the American one was out last year or something like that, and I tried it. And
It's just not as good.
Not
The
fun.
Japanese one's
Who
quite
they have
funny,
on the
actually.
American one?
You what, sorry?
Who do they have on the American one that we'd probably recognise?
Just some people from like SNL.
There'll be some funny
God.
people on there.
That's
Not
already a
all.
problem for me.
There are funny moments in it. Absolutely. It's just not as good. Oh, that bit when they get what's he called? What's he called? The guy from Ted Lasso turns up. Mr. Swan or something like that. Is he called?
Oh yeah, well no, the character's called Mr. Swallow. It's
Mr. Swallow. That's
yeah,
it. And it's him.
It's
him from
Nick Mohammed. Yeah.
Nick Mohammed, and when he turns up, it just turns up. He spins around a column, and he's there in room, and no one notices he's there, and and they're all trying not to laugh.
If you've never seen Mr. Swallow, he's like
It's unreal.
he's like a Yorkshire Blue Peter presenter.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, he's so fucking good. I reckon. I can't wait. It comes out every Thursday, I think, as well.
Yeah, 2 episodes a week.
I can't wait to see that because it's the conclusion. There's only 6 episodes this Thursday, and by the time you guys get to watch it, they'll all be on. And fuck me, it's so good. I hope they do it again next year with different people and stuff.
Yeah. I can see it being like an annual thing, like a Taskmaster, just keep getting different comedians in.
Same. It apparently people are proper digging it. It's all over TikTok, on my TikTok anyway, and stuff. So,
imagine getting someone of the standard of like Dara O'Brien in there.
Yeah, and just your classic. It doesn't even necessarily need to be British people. It's just what if they're known. You know what I mean? You could have your Catherine Ryan's in there. She's Canadian, isn't she?
I know you hate him, Gadget, but imagine if it was Ricky Gervais in there. The man cannot stop laughing for anything.
Yeah, he wouldn't last 2 minutes.
You get punched to death. most comedians
and everyone would laugh.
Most comedians hate Ricky Gervais at the minute.
Yeah, because he doesn't like them, does he?
No. It's a sad time in the world though that this show exists and Sean Locke's not in it.
I know, because he would have been.
Imagine how fucking deadly he'd be in that show.
And John Richardson, because they were really good friends. So
John Richardson would be good in it. There's loads of people that you think, oh, you'd be brilliant in that. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a good job they didn't put Bob Mortimer and Vic Reeves in at the same time, because that'd have been over.
That'd have been chaos.
Or you have like someone like Reese Shearsmith in there or something like that. Do you know what I mean? You'd be fucked.
It did make me feel old when Daisy May Cooper's sitting there thinking, why have you put Bob Mortimer in with us? I used to watch Shooting Stars when I was a kid. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, so did I.
Yeah, it's really. I don't need to talk about it anymore. It's just really worth your time, and sometimes it's nice to have a little bit of joy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll need it after Adolescence. Jesus.
Yeah, watch it, Biggie. If your wife likes comedy,
it's right up my street.
Sit down and watch it. It's really funny. But speaking of joy, Candy, you've been up to, mate?
Well, it's funny enough you should mention joy because I finally finished Avowed and I thoroughly enjoyed it the entire way through. Yeah, I don't really understand the kind of lukewarm reception, really. It's, like I said before when I first started playing it, it's not without its faults. However, the kind of, the heart of it is there. Like, the story's fine. It's the side quest where it really shines. And you've got the typical kind of Obsidian, like, twinkle in its eye. You've got some really funny, like, one-liners. The way all the character development is great. The way all the characters interact with each other is great. They all, have their own stories. They all grow. It was the perfect length. I think it was probably about 25 hours. So it didn't outstay its welcome. I can't help but feel a little bit let down with the final ending, the ending sequence. But that aside, I had it. As I said before, solid 7 out of 10. I really enjoyed it, and it scratched the itch. But the main thing I did, which was not quite so joyous, but I enjoyed it just as much, I finally got round to watching Civil War, which is the A24 film by Alex Garland.
Captain America.
Yeah.
You've been watching the news.
Yeah. Or don't. Yeah, it's not at all the
what you
film
think?
that I thought. Not what I thought whatsoever.
Where was Captain America in this one?
Exactly.
It wasn't.
Yeah, I don't know why it took me so long to get round to it because I love Alex Garland films, with the exception of maybe The Ending of Men, but we don't talk about that.
Jokes.
You know.
So yeah, it revolves around a set of journalists, a set of war journalists and photographers, and it's as much as a road movie as it is about the actual Civil War. I mean,
It's also based on real life, isn't it, today?
Yeah, basically. So, yeah. So I was expecting kind of an action film, and I think that's kind of what the trailers led you to believe a little bit.
Made the poster look like it had guys on sniping, like on top of the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah,
like,
on the Statue of Liberty and everything smoking.
It never happened in the film.
Well, the final scene there is action, but it's not the big, like, huge set pieces that you would imagine it was. No. It's out in the American countryside. It's in the middle of day. It's, like I said, it's as much as a road trip film as you could probably say that 28 Days Later is a road trip film with zombies.
There's a lot of talking in cars on this film.
And it's wonderful. I really enjoyed it. I haven't looked at what the reviews were. I don't remember them being particularly great.
No, it's got the wee girl from Alien Romulus in it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Reviews were
That's what she's
fairly
from.
positive.
Yeah, people liked it.
There was
I didn't know. I just don't.
There was usual degenerates on Twitter that didn't like it because they didn't understand it.
How come that guy's the bad guy?
Also, the president is clearly Trumpian.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nick Offerman.
Yeah, I think I really enjoyed how gritty it is. So it's a group of journalists set off to make their way to. Obviously, there's a civil war happening in the country that doesn't need explaining.
It's basically like the original American Civil War, but today.
So they set off for Washington, which is basically like ground zero for the fighting. Obviously, people are trying to take over the White House. They're trying to protect the president whilst the other side is trying to get in there, assassinate him. And it follows a group of journalists and photographers that are trying to get pictures. They're trying to basically capture the moment where the president may or may not get assassinated when he's captured. Along the way, right at the beginning of the film, they meet this really young photographer, sort of 19, 20, 21 years old. And against the better judgment, they take her with them on this trip. And it's basically about her growth from being this, within the space of a couple of weeks, maybe not even that, a week, being this young, fresh-faced, naive girl to being this kind of war-hardened war journalist. And at the same time, it's a kind of passing of a torch from this, this older female journalist who has been there. She's done it. She's seen it all. She's done it all. And it's her that's kind of trepidatious about taking this young one. But it's so fantastic to see the character growth and just, again, the relationships between the characters and just what kind of danger you are in, the unexpected dangers from being in a civil war. And the kind
I've got a question for you, Candy, on that.
Go.
What kind of American are you?
Oh, don't. That scene was...
Whatever you answer could be the end of your life, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. So the tension is so high. And again, these are scenes that are in the middle
Fucking
of the day.
Jesse Plemons, that's why.
Yeah, he's always about it. In the middle of the day, on a nice, sunny American spring day, that just the sheer grittiness and the sheer tension. And the final scene, which I won't get into, but just watching them being like they are on the front lines, which I'm sure a lot of war journalists are. They are on the front lines with the troops.
Oh, they are. Yeah, they are.
And
they're
seeing
all
it
there in Syria and stuff like that, and Ukraine and Iraq.
And the way it's filmed as well, it's as if you're kind of like running along with them. It's so like my heart was in my mouth for a lot of the time. And yeah, I don't know why I slept. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
he's good as well. Him who played Pablo Escobar, he's really good in it. Oh, I forgot his name. He's like the Poundland.
Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal, yeah. Poundland Pedro. He's really good in this because I've only seen him as Pablo Escobar, and I really liked him in this.
I
think it's a great film. I can't remember the name. Yeah.
Well, it was in my top 10 films last year. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I thought it was brilliant. I'm always keen for an Alex Garland.
Yeah, there haven't really been any messes with him, have there?
No, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Did he do that Monsters film?
Don't think so. I think he's
done Ex Machina, Annihilation, Men.
Who did that Monsters film where they were trying to get from...
Yeah, that was good, wasn't it?
Because it reminds me of this, where he's trying to get from Mexico to America, but there's kaijus everywhere.
You're absolutely right, aren't you? That was very much like that one.
I was bloody kaijus getting all over the place.
Have you not seen it?
No.
He's trying to get from Mexico to America, but there's kaijus everywhere.
That sounds like a Noodles film.
Directed by Gareth Edwards, yeah.
That's it. That's Gareth Edwards.
He did Godzilla,
Last Jedi,
Rogue One, Creator. He's doing the new Jurassic World.
Oh, is it?
Yes, man knows how to handle his big creatures,
big monsters.
Yep.
Monsters is good as well. I don't know why I brought that up, but it just reminds me of.
No, you're right.
That's the kind of film it is.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's a good creature double feature, that one, isn't it? You could watch them back to back.
Very good pairing indeed. Yeah, very good pairing.
I'm glad you liked it, mate.
Yeah, had a good week of media.
Cool. Biggie, not Biggie. Stick. Sorry.
Oh my god! Oh, I thought you were going to say Gadget.
No, he's going to say Gadget, then he corrected himself.
No. I meant I was looking at you. Stick.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
I told you we were going.
What do you want?
Just one thing, please.
10 new films I've watched. The 2 new albums I've watched. Listened to the new game that I've played.
Just one thing, mate. Just
no. I've got a couple of things. I'll talk about some in the green room because there is some that I really want to talk about. But the first thing I want to talk about is a band I've discovered. You probably already heard of them. I'm sure Candy and you have, possibly Gadget, called Spiritbox.
Yes, love
I've
them.
heard it. I've heard of Spiritbox.
They came into my rotation on Spotify because Circle with Me kept coming on. Like when I was just listening to, I'd tell Alexa to do, play a song, and it would come on after.
Go mad.
I was like, these are great. And then I listened to their new album, Tsunami Sea. It's fucking incredible.
I didn't know they had a new album out.
Yeah, so Spiritbox are a heavy metal band from Canada, and they're actually fronted by a female singer called Cornelia Platt.
What?
But she goes fucking hard.
Yeah,
like,
she screams, doesn't she?
She can growl with the best of them. She is brilliant.
I'll add that to my playlist.
The opening song to Tsunami Sea, called Fata Morgana, is one of the best opening songs to an album I've heard in a very long time.
Yeah.
It's so good. Like, it just hits from minute one, and then she comes in with the vocals, and then it doesn't let up once the album gets into it. It starts to slow down a little bit in the middle, but then picks up again at the end. It's received, like, incredible reviews. One reviewer here said it's a sonic assault that is also graceful and beautiful. I was like, yeah, that kind of...
That's like
that
making love
sums
to
it
me,
up
that.
exactly. While I talk Gadget, go and listen to Fata Morgana.
I'm literally listening to Perfect Soul right now.
I saw them in Vegas when I went to Signal World. They're incredible.
So let's have a look at Fata Morgana.
Oh, just listen to that opening. And then when she sings as well. Just yeah.
That's a riff.
Yeah.
Oh.
They've been going quite a
shit.
while, haven't they? They've been going quite a while.
2016, yeah, nearly a decade.
Yeah, I saw them at one of the last festivals I went to before pandemic. They weren't even high up on the bill, but you could tell that they had the makings for something great. And I'm glad they're getting recognition. Cause
According to Spotify, they're getting decent plays on this one. Like every single song on this album is over 1.5 million plays.
that's awesome. That's what you want to see. You want to see the genre continuing.
Playing download this year, I think they're going to draw a huge crowd.
Oh, yeah, for
Probably
sure.
will.
Yeah,
They're also
probably
playing
will.
Wembley, so they must be supporting someone, but I don't
Linkin
know who it
Park.
is.
Linkin
Oh,
Park,
that makes
yeah.
sense.
Yeah, she's incredible though. Like I
She'd
don't
have been a better replacement for Chester.
I don't think I've heard a female singer like
I don't
with that kind
mind
of
the female singer Linkin Park.
range, but yeah, it's,
She reminds me a lot of Angela Gossow from Arch Enemy. She's got that
That's
kind
the
of
arch enemy.
her from Ginger. You should check out Ginger, actually, Stig. You'd fucking love them.
Yeah, it's very similar.
Very similar band.
I will give them a go. The other one I think I've done is I finally started Astrobot. Game of the Year 2024, Astrobot. Well, it might have been if I'd have played it in time because it's fucking great. Absolutely loving it. It's so fun. It's so inventive. The music's amazing. I'm just clearing up every stage. I'm literally going back in to clear up all like the little anything I've missed. Don't miss a lot, but the first time round. But there's a few little like secrets
Does
in
it
there.
play like the? Does it still play like the Playroom? Because Playroom played phenomenal.
Yeah. It's like Playroom, but it's just
So you can do that hover attack. You can do the bopping,
spinning
bop, bop,
one,
bop,
yeah.
bop,
But you have like all these little extra things that they put into certain levels. One of my favorite
Weapons
ones
and stuff.
is it's in the first galaxy. It's like different worlds, it's like the Gorilla World.
like
and
Mario
then-
Galaxy.
Yeah, it's like you go into a galaxy, and in that galaxy there's different worlds in there. And one of them is like shrinks you down to the size of a mouse, but just the way it does it and the way it looks, it's so seamless, and the way it makes everything around him go bigger. It's just so good. And then like, just the little touches of like if you try to bop out into big mode when you're under a block, and he hits his head, and you just see his little face go, "Ugh," and then like he shrinks back down to a mouse. The details.
I love
in
him.
it are
Mate.
so
He's a good boy. He's a great boy.
I'm not going to
Great
talk
mascot.
about. I've only got to the end of the second galaxy so far, but there's a hub world as well, because the whole idea is you're trying to rebuild. I think a ship which looks like a PlayStation, and within that hub world, there's
product
also
placement, hate
there's
it.
also other little things to do and more little robots to rescue. There's all. It's full of Easter eggs. It's full of references. The music's incredible. There's a level at the end of World 2, which just it's based around God of War, and it's fucking amazing. It is so good. The music is great. It's just, I don't want to spoil it for people who want to play it, but like when I started that level and I finished it, I was like, that was just amazing. I absolutely loved it.
I really want to play this game, but it's just too expensive at the moment for me.
I'll lend these when I'm done.
Yeah, man.
Is it?
Defo.
Would you say it's a Mario beater now at this point, or on
A
par?
lot of people saying it's on par.
It's on par with some Marios, in my opinion.
Yeah,
like,
a
I
lot
know
of
people go,
are
oh
saying
yeah,
it.
you could just, why not just play a Mario? I was like, well, why not both? Like,
Why can't they both exist?
yeah, like there's a lot of mechanics in there that's like, yeah, I've seen this in a Mario before, but it doesn't matter because it's just fun.
Nope.
Like, it's just a really
I
fun game.
liked like a couple of gens ago where you had loads, you had Sly Cooper, you had Ratchet and Clank, the good ones, and I like these kind of platformers.
Yeah, it's so
I think
good.
they're fun. I think they're really fun, and it's a good way to like. They're good palate cleansers between like adult games.
Yeah, well, I just finished playing Silent Hill 2. So.
Fucking brilliant! Yeah, exactly. These are the kind of things you want. You want after some deep mechanics. You want to just be a fucking robot for a bit.
Yeah, and it's clearly not like very long. PlayStation's telling me I'm 50% of the way through already.
Yeah, but it don't matter.
But just all the little, because obviously you all know that a lot of the robots have the based around PlayStation characters or characters.
I didn't know
on PlayStation.
It's cool.
Yeah. So when you go into the hub world, you can like unlock all these little secret things and like kind of outfits for them, and it's just
cool.
Yeah, you'll get a kick out of it when you rescue one of them. You're like, fucking yeah, I know.
I liked that Playroom. I've played Playroom through twice, and I liked collecting the little PSPs and stuff and
it's like that,
CPUs.
but with characters.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So Sony are really sleeping on the idea of being able to buy a little Astrobot doll with like clip-on bits that you can make for the characters that you want.
I agree.
Yeah,
like a pop doll, but
Sony are rubbish at this. That'll probably come out in about 5 years when they suddenly think of things like that.
License to print money.
I just I'd buy a little Astro. Give me a little Astro. Oh, like the characters you get in this, just release them like Funko Pops, basically, but the little robots.
Why don't they do it?
No idea. But I so far every single Astro game has been a hit for me.
That's fucking.
The VR game was great.
Everyone says that's the best VR game on the PlayStation.
It is. It's genuinely one of the best VR games I've ever played.
Is it Team Asobi or something?
Asobo.
They're the fucking ones to watch, aren't they, them buggers?
Yeah, because what do they do now? They've finished this.
They do another
Astrobot. They know their lane.
Keep going. Yeah, keep doing. Do you know what someone said? I saw this other day on Blue Sky, and someone said, "Imagine if Team Asobi knuckled down and did a Astrobot kart racer. Like, that'd be the closest you'll get to like a Mario Kart contender. I'm not saying beater, but contender." And they kind of need that on that platform, don't they? A good kart racer.
No, they've got Crash Team Racing.
Yeah, it's fucking shite.
It's not.
Chocobo GP.
The first Crash Team Racing was good. Everything after that has been shit. Stig's muted. I'll mute him at Muteson.
This is up there with Mario games for me. Like,
so you're looking for you'd rather this team just concentrate on these, yeah?
Oh yeah, big time. Just give me more. Give me more Astros.
Yeah.
Last
Keep
one.
it going.
Because I have seen a shitload of films, but I'll talk about the best one. I am being greedy. I'll talk about the best one, which was Black Bag. So Black Bag is a spy thriller starring Michael Fassbender, Kate Blanchett, Naomi Harris, Regé Jean Page, Pierce Brosnan.
The sexy cast.
Yeah, and Marissa Abella. Sorry, I was reading that wrong. I was like, ugh. So it basically it's a story of Michael Fassbender he's works for MI5.
He's got a massive knob.
He's a super spy, but he's not like a James Bond. Like there's no James Bondness in this film. It is all just about how this guy can read people and how he's able to like manipulate things. And his wife is accused of betraying the nation and selling something that she shouldn't have.
Been there.
She is also a spy, and he's put to the test of whether he chooses his loyalty to his wife or his country. So he just basically kind of it's directed by Steven Soderbergh.
Ooh, is it? Ooh.
There is a scene near the beginning where he has them all around for dinner, and he starts to like kind of play games with them, and also he's also kind of trying to read them, trying to gauge the situation and see if you can read any of them all, and it's just so incredibly tense, and it just builds up and builds up, and there's twists and there's turns, and everyone's kind of got their own thing going on, but he's in the center of it all, trying to figure it all out.
Is it a talkie?
It's a talkie. It is a spy thriller that's a talkie. There is no like spy action in this whatsoever. Yeah, none of that.
Sounds like it's got like Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy vibes.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I love that.
I've not seen that film, but I've heard that comparison.
That's great, Phil.
Watch
I
it.
think you'd like that, mate.
Watch it.
That one's got the tension, but it also goes into the mundanity of spycraft.
Yeah,
that's
how
kinda
they have to wait 8 hours for a mark.
You see them talking with the therapist in MI5, and having to, she's grilling them. She's part of this group of people that have been invited around. They've all got kind of different jobs. He puts them through a polygraph test, which is just really great. Yeah, I recommend this film so much. It is only 94 minutes long.
Ooh, yeah.
It's a tight talkie.
Yes, it's just full of stupid, sexy spies.
As pod title.
Yeah, I thought it was really, really good. It's probably up there, one of the best new films of 2025 I've seen.
Awesome. Is that only available in cinema?
Yes, but it hasn't done very well,
long.
so it won't be
Won't be long.
Yeah.
Cool.
Tough times.
Is it mirrors that gap really reducing between launch dates?
Oh
and
yeah,
cinema?
it's like 3 weeks now.
Streaming
Mate.
is really tight now.
It's the
I'm
films
loving
that
it.
aren't doing very well in cinema. So Mickey 17 had a big drop off, and that's coming out very soon.
Get in.
Yeah, just a few things that haven't done great. Which is really frustrating because when everyone's like, "Oh, we don't get new original films anymore," I was like, "Well, fucking do go watch them."
Yeah,
Because that's a new original film that's really good.
like,
But they still do. They still make money back.
Well, but until recently, I never bothered to go for opening weekends at the cinema because I was like, it's fucking busy. I want to be able to pick where I sit, all that kind of thing.
Now you got a little choice.
Now I've got a little choice. I there was always the risk that Alien Romulus was not going to be at the cinema after a couple of weeks, so I had to go see that on the day it came out. Same with Mickey 17. I went to see that the day it came out because I had this worry that it wasn't going to last long at the cinema. What do you know? It's not lasting long at the cinema.
I know. I do. I've said it a bit more. I do like the cinema, but I do like the option that I can just wait a few weeks and I've got to watch it at home at my own pace. I know it's lazy. It really is a lazy
It's very
thing.
lazy.
It is. It's absolutely a me problem.
I don't go out to the pub or anything like that, so going out to the cinema
Oh,
for me, that's
I
a
do
little
that too
trip out.
much.
Yeah, but
I was going to go to the cinema other week and I ended up in pub.
the worry is just like if the quicker they release them, like they're not giving them a chance, or like they're not even giving them a chance for like a second wind. They're almost it's failed, get it out, and it's just like
Yeah.
Well, I get the experience of a cinema, but now I can kind of, the technology that I have at home, I can replicate the experience at home.
Yeah, so can I. Yeah.
And there's
I've
not
got
that many films that...
inch screen on the wall.
Yeah.
I've got sound bars. I can
I have.
chill out in a nice comfy seat and enjoy
Pause
the
it.
film on my own or with the family.
You can pause it for a poo.
But then also it's easier to get distracted though, isn't it? That's the only thing.
No.
Like when I go to the cinema,
I'll end up sitting and playing on my phone halfway through
Yeah.
a film if it's not engaging us.
No, you turn it off.
I watched the entire thing.
Turn it off.
I find it very difficult to not get distracted.
Plus, I like an IMAX display and an IMAX sound system.
Yeah, I get there is definitely a massive step up, but I just feel like the sound's good enough, the TV's good
Yeah.
enough, the film quality's good enough.
There's
I
not
also
that.
really-
with the
I don't like going on my own.
yeah, with the
I love going
exception
to
of
the
like
cinema on my own.
yeah.
Sorry, Candy.
No, sorry. I was just going to say, with the exception of like Michael Bay films and Avengers and stuff, there aren't that many films where you really, really have to see it at the cinema. I mean, there are ones that are obviously going to be a visual feast, like Dune, stuff like that. Obviously, you want to see it at the cinema, but just your regular kind of talkie. There's no need.
Yeah, no, I
I enjoyed both Dune films at home.
Yeah, they were better in IMAX though. Fucking
Same story though. It's one of them things. I'm like Big A. I'm just used to my own surroundings a little bit. Find it more comfortable, and I don't drive, so there's an aspect of that one. I'd have to get a train or a bus. Not asked. The train ticket is dearer than the fucking cinema ticket.
Yeah.
Get on your bike, lad.
It's about 14 miles away.
Do that in half an hour on a bike.
And then when I pull up on the bike, and then I come out of the cinema and bike's gone because it's in Wakefield.
You problem that, mate.
It's a you problem. It's a you problem. You told me to do it, and now my bike's been nicked.
I'm not problem solving your nicked bike. Problem solving getting you to the cinema.
What you been up to, pal?
So a few things. I buggered off here because I was going to counteract the thing that he said. Because I have finished a fucking game this week. The twat.
What you finished?
I finished Silent Hill 2 last night.
Oh, we all finished that weeks ago.
Well, I know, but it took me ages to get to it because I was playing other things and making YouTube videos. I really enjoyed it. It was really good.
Good, innit?
Yeah. It's a solid kind of 8 out of 10 for me. There was some stuff I didn't like that in the changes that they made. I think it kind of stuck around a little bit too long.
I didn't like the fetch quests.
I didn't mind the fetch quests so much because the original game had a load of most of it was fetch quests.
Yeah, I suppose it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, go find this thing, come back here, unlock this door. Like, I like that the Bluebirds kind of tightened up the map design.
I think a lot of people, that's a lot of roast into the glasses on that old one.
Yeah, well, like
you forget the mundanity of some parts of that game.
Well, like literally at the minute, because I'm starting to write my script for the YouTube video. I'm watching some Twitch streamer play through the original game because it's been years. And like there are some really fucking bleak parts of that game where it's just like dull.
Yeah. Just checking every single room. Nothing's happening in every single room.
But yeah, I really liked how they updated it. There was some stuff they added, like little bits of dialogue, that just helped to like clear up some of the story stuff. Like there was all this stuff made when it was originally announced that they're going to show the origins of Pyramid Head. I'm like, you don't need origins of Pyramid Head. The game tells you well enough. And then what they've actually done in this game is like, actually, no, that does make sense why they've said that and done that. And it actually, it's not like they haven't given them some grand backstory or anything. They've tightened it up so it's a bit clearer what the actual point of it is.
He's at nursery with that big fucking pyramid.
I do love how like the fans have just adopted the name Pyramid Head. Isn't he called the Crimson Triangle?
He's got about 3 or 4 names depending on which translation it is. So he's the Pyramid Head, the Red Pyramid, the Red
Japan,
Guy.
they call him Red Pyramid. That's it.
But no, I really enjoyed it. I liked a lot of the new actors and the new dialogue. Fun fact:
I did.
Luke Roberts, who played James Sunderland, is most famous for being on Holby City, which is weird.
You do go to a hospital on this.
You do. The hospital is still the best level in the game, I think.
It is, and it's got that extended puzzle.
Yes. The really one with the hand where you've got to go through all patients'
really
rooms.
Good. That I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, but they've kept some of it, like they've kept some of the great bits, like that moment when you get onto the roof and you get kind of thrown down. Like that still caught me by surprise.
Yeah, I forgot about that bit.
Yeah, but no, I really enjoyed it, and I think they did a really good job. Like I say, it's a bit too long. They could have done with an hour or so cut out of it, and it's a bit too combatty in places. I didn't
like the labyrinth at the end.
Oh no, I thought I liked the labyrinth. It was because it's much shorter in the original game, and they've kind of expanded it out. Really loved the changes to the last boss fight. I thought the last boss fight was so much better than the original.
Yeah, me too.
Is this the version? I can never remember this because I played them so long ago. There's a particular moment in one of the Silent Hills where you're walking down. No, you're walking down a path.
Endless stairs.
And no, it's like a path, and like either there's garden hedges on either side of you, and there's just this that siren just keeps going on.
That's all of them.
On.
No,
And it's just like this really long, almost like an endless walk, and it's so unnerving because you keep expecting something to happen. Something actually doesn't happen.
That's the first
number one.
No, it's the first game you're talking about.
Yeah, I thought so.
I can never remember, but it's just so unnerving. It really creeped me out.
There's a couple of really long walks in Silent Hill
the stairs
too. There's the stairs, or like getting to the historical society and stuff like that.
Was it you, Stig, that brute forced the hangman puzzle? Was it you? Someone told me that the brute forced the hangman puzzle and I just guessed it right.
Oh, I guessed it, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. You just guessed it. I was
looking at it.
Ignore the puzzle. Good guess.
No, I pressed something and then the nooses came down and it gave me the prompt to click on it, and I just clicked on it and it just happened to be the right one. I was like, oh, great.
Because that really can set you back like half an hour.
Yeah, I've read up on it, and I was like, I thought, am I going the right way here? And I just thought, I'm going to quickly read it, but yeah, I am. I've just lucky.
Yeah, I will say the mannequins started to annoy me about 2/3 into the game.
Pissed me off, the mannequins.
Especially when they start crawling around like spiders. Fuck that.
Do you like how he gets really pissed off when he's pounding them in the ground? I love it. He's going, ah!
But one of the funniest moments I had was in, I think it was in the labyrinth, and it was just in just one of the moments I'd got a text from Pip, and so like I'd stop playing and like answer the text, and I look up and the mannequin in the room repositions itself and just like over to another thing. Yeah. So fucking funny when you see them do that.
Yeah, when you actually see them doing it, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, because they don't attack you; they just like trot to the next bit. I'm going to get them this time. It's really, really good, and it's my next YouTube
Quick
video.
question, Gadget. Do you know this? Do you know the answer to this? Oodles doesn't. What's his fascination with jumping down holes?
I don't have an answer to that one.
Who does that?
There are a lot
James
of holes.
Sunderland.
There are a lot of holes that he jumps in, and a lot of holes he jumps in. It has like 2 prompts. You've got to press the prompt and then press it again.
I did like that. I did like it was a bit like it was asking the player, "Are you sure?" But it was like,
it's not just jumping down holes; it's sticking his arm into holes as well.
Yeah. It's like, how deep is this hole?
If you're in some demon infested version of an apartment building and you see a weeping hole in the middle of the wall, you're not going to stick your hand in it, are you? Especially when there's like thousands of moths around you.
You're going to need that. You're going to need that lighter fluid.
I know what happens.
There is no reason for James Sunderland to jump down holes. He just likes holes.
He's an idiot.
But speaking of holes, he fucking is an idiot. Okay, but my main things, I've got 2 books to talk about this week, very quickly. The first one, Candy, I'm afraid you're not going to like the title of this one. It's a book by a woman called Becky Holmes, and it's called Keanu Reeves is Not in Love with You.
I'm out.
Its subtitle is The Murky World of Online Romance Fraud. This is a really fascinating little book about, basically, we've all had those kind of little spam messages that you get on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, where it's like someone pretending that they know you or trying to get your attention. Candy will have had them more than the rest of us because she is...
I don't know.
She is lady.
I engage with them and they get pissed off at me and block me.
Well, this is basically Becky Holmes. At the beginning of the pandemic, she got really bored. She created a Twitter account for the first time and was almost immediately deluged by scammers trying to either get in her pants or get her money off her.
I like it when it's stuff like, "Hi, it's Brad Pitt here. Can you lend me $10 so me and Matt Damon can create another film?"
Yeah, I'm frozen out of my account. I need 10 quid.
This book is... It's eye-opening. It's so fucking funny at times because Becky Holmes has got a really fun way of writing. And what Becky Holmes was doing when she was getting these scammers like kind of coming in and kind of harassing her, she would engage with them, say really stupid stuff like, it'd be the scammer would say, "Hello, darling, how is your day?" And she'd say, "It's been fine. I'm just tucking into the neighbour that I killed earlier. He's a bit gamey." Stuff like that. And because they're working from a script and probably don't speak good English anyway, they're just answering in kind. And she would screenshot them all and put them on her Twitter account. And that's how she kind of got the interest to make a book, because she got a really big Twitter following from this. But she's not just taking the piss. She is actually talking about like real women who've been affected by these things. She only does it from a woman's perspective on this one, but she does acknowledge that it happens to men as well. But she's basically working on her lived experience of it, which is fine. She knows when to be funny and she knows when to be heartfelt. And when she's actually describing the stories of the women that she's talked to, some of it's fucking heartbreaking. But she also goes to great lengths to kind of break the myths break myths or break kind of common consensus about things. Like you see, one of the things she says, like you'll see news stories about people who've lost a load of money because of romance fraud. And the comments on the newspapers will all be like, "Oh, she's a fucking stupid slag," and all that kind of thing. And she talks about it in great detail. It's like, these people aren't stupid. These people are vulnerable or have something going on in their life at the moment that makes them susceptible to this. They are conned by a con man. There's one really sad story about a woman who basically ends up having this kind of suspected kind of 18-month long distance romance with this guy that she thought was an American GI. And turns out it was some Somalian kid or Nigerian kid who scammed her out of £60,000. And
stupid.
And when she eventually kind of got him to admit to it, he then tried to keep having an online relationship with her because she was in love with the character that this guy created, and she was in such a vulnerable place she didn't want to let it go.
Yeah,
it's heartbreaking.
It's almost like the digital version of those old holiday romances where people would meet people abroad and they'd come back and marry this younger person and suddenly find out they're scammed of all their money years later.
Yeah. So yeah, and it kind of moves effortlessly between the funny stuff and the kind of the heartbreaking stuff, but it's really worth a read. It's a fantastic book. And like I say, Becky Holmes is very funny the way she writes, and she puts the right amount of levity in it.
I feel like that's the kind of book that everyone's maiden aunt should read.
It's something I'm going to need Pip's grandma to read.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because she was once taken in by an online scammer, pretending to be Hugh Jackman.
I wasn't going to bring it up, but yes.
Yeah, might as well.
Hugh Jackman, prove it. I was in X-Men. Oh, okay.
No, you're not
prove it, and they go, shing shink, I'm the Wolverine, and they just do it all in typing. Like there was that guy that says, "Oh, it's me, Noel Gallagher. I'm here with our kid." "Oh, no, it's our kid." People fall for it. I think it's stupid.
Yeah, no, I really, really do rate and recommend this book. Another book that I really rate and recommend, and this one is a one for Candy because the concept of it is in for it, and it's got some features that she will like. I'm listening to on Audible the first book in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. So this is a science fiction and fantasy literary RPG book written by Matt Dinniman. And this is essentially The Running Man meets D&D. The book begins with the sudden arrival of alien entities known as the Borant Corporation, who restructure Earth into a multi-level dungeon for their amusement and broadcast on galactic TV. Humans and some of the surviving creatures who make it into the dungeon before the top level of the Earth is destroyed are forced to become contestants in a live-stream gladiatorial game show. So we have Carl, who just having been cheated on by his girlfriend and left with her cat, a Persian, one of those flat-faced Persian cats called Princess Donut, finds himself in the competition and having to survive. It is one of the most ridiculous books I've ever listened to or read, and it's fucking brilliant. It is. It's brutal. It's as a concept, it's ridiculous because, like I say, I mean, we all know The Running Man, but then it's just taking it to this next level, adding this D&D kind of dungeon crawling level on top of it. From Carl's perspective, everything is almost like a video game, so he has an inventory, gets achievements, all that kind of thing. And the narrator for it, who is Jeff Hayes, he imbues all the different characters with the most ridiculous voices. The achievement voices are brilliant. Achievement unlocked! You've crushed a goblin with your skull. It's kind of, it always reminds me of the Circus of Values from BioShock. It's just genuinely really funny. A lot of the monsters a lot of the boss monsters they encounter do tend to be the humans who didn't make it into the dungeon and being repurposed into these horrible creatures. One concept of a monster is fairies that are multi-level marketing Huns. So they have asymmetric haircuts and wear little they wear pantsuits made out of leaves.
Amazing.
because they're trying to get people into their downline to sell this corrosive what's this? It's corrosive shake that Carl can then repurpose into Molotov cocktails. It's like ridiculous concepts like this, and it's so funny and it's so knowing, and it's got a cat called Princess Donut in it who can speak and fire magic missiles from her eyes. I mean, what more do you want?
I mean, I must admit, as soon as you described it to me over text the other day, I did download it, but now I feel like I need to listen to it immediately.
Yeah. Also, it's because everything's in first person, everything's in Carl's voice, with the exception of some of the character dialogue. And because Carl's a meathead and he's an idiot, Jeff Hayes gives him a Patrick Warburton kind of voice, so it just sounds like Kronk running through this dungeon all the time. It's great.
It has Patrick Warburton in it. I'm reading here.
Yeah,
it might actually be him
in book 6.
Oh, yeah. 7 books in 5 years. See, like, it can be done.
It was it was originally self-published. The first 6 books were self-published, and they were all acquired and have come out kind of consecutively over the kind of past couple of years. I don't really know what else to say about it. I just think it's really fucking good, and like, I've got 4 hours left on the audiobook, and he's only on the 2nd level of the 18-level dungeon, so I assume all of the books are him getting to the bottom of the dungeon. But it's one of those things, you get to the bottom of the dungeon, you get to live your life in the galaxy however you want to live it. That's your goal at the end of it. Or, you can become an NPC in the game. Some of the NPCs they meet, like, got down to level 13, didn't want to go any further, so they got promoted to being, like, a tutorial guild guy. So yeah, it's a daft, ridiculous book, and I really love it. And as soon as I finish it, I'll be rolling onto the 2nd book because I've got a credit. I might even actually buy these in actual Meat Space books. I
must admit, like, for every book that you've recommended has been a winner for me.
Yeah, we've got the same book taste, I think.
Silly sci-fi.
Yeah,
silliness.
It's keeping you away from all those Omegaverse books that Facebook keeps trying to get you onto.
Sorry, Candy. He's one book recommendation away from introducing you to Dianetics, so you're falling into his trap.
I've read that.
I have read Dianetics. It's fucking terrible.
I have. It's bullshit.
L. Ron Hubbard was not a good writer.
Did you listen to Project Hail Mary, Candy?
I did. I did not enjoy. Well, I say I did. I didn't finish it.
Project Hail Mary, yes, you loved it. You
sorry, no, I'm getting confused with Antimatter Blues. Yes, I did read Project Hail Mary several times, actually.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Rocky.
Yeah.
Antimatter
did you watch
Blues
that
wasn't as
Spaceman
good
film
as,
with Adam Sandler?
7, but...
No, I didn't.
Space Spider.
Space Spider, same thing.
Can't do Space Spiders.
He's quite a lovely guy, though, isn't it?
I'm sure he is. Can't do Space Spiders. This film version of Project Hail Mary that's coming out, I will go and see it, but I'm struggling for the description of Rocky.
Yeah, I actually forgot that was being made.
Yeah, right.
Maybe this will be our turning point.
Maybe, but it's Rocky. I'd die for Rocky. Anyway, yes, Dungeon Crawler Carl, get it read, especially if you're into D&D and or like The Running Man or just like stupid daft sci-fi or lit RPG. It's fucking wild. I love it. It's so creative, like the bosses, the monsters, the achievements. Yeah, it's hard to describe without spoiling too much of it, but it is just really, really good. And Carl's like a really good character, even if he's a bit of a meathead. He's one of those heart of gold kind of idiots.
Like Stig.
Nah, he's got a heart of pure evil. I've seen him. I've seen what he does in the
Heart crisps
night.
And potato.
He's got a sternum of crisps.
Speaking of hearts of gold, what have our listeners been up to?
Well, starting off with Lee Davies, he says, Lee Davies. He says, I'm 30 odd hours into Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and I absolutely love it. I'm still in the first hour of the game and doing every quest I come across.
I didn't know it was out, that.
Oh, it's been out a little while. People are going mad for it.
I didn't like the first one.
Now that it's a much different game, the developers hit their stride with it. Some of the quests have really sad outcomes, others are hilarious. The game is...
There's still no dragons and goblins in it, though.
No. None of them. The game is basically an immersive sim crossed with Skyrim with all the fantasy elements removed. Best RPG I've played in many years. Might be one for you, Oodles.
Don't know. I really didn't like that first one.
Apparently, this one just kind of leans into the silly shit that happened in the first one. It's got a bit of a Blackadder attitude towards it.
Cool.
It's reviewed very well.
Yeah.
I'm going
done
to
gangbusters.
play it later in the year, I think. Just got to get all these Game Pass stuff coming out on Game Pass all the way first.
Yeah, we're about to hit a heavy time. Todd Story says, I just finished season 1 of Severance and started season 2. Enjoying figuring out what the fuck's going on.
Good.
Get used to that feeling because it doesn't get any easier.
No. Enjoy more questions than answers.
Are you still enjoying it then, Candy?
It's finished. The second series is finished. I loved
Done.
it.
Yeah? And you get it watched. Mike Holstead has wrote, so, the Woke game came to PS Plus, and 45 hours in, I can safely say that as a heterosexual white male, Dragon Age the Veilguard is absolutely not deserving of all the hate. Yeah, the story isn't as good as the other 3 Dragon Age games, but it's by no means terrible, and as is the way in these games, you choose the flirt option with all the characters to try and improve the endings, and I ended up romantically involved with Tosh, the non-binary character, after they picked my character up and slammed her against a wall and sniffed her neck, and I didn't dare say no after that. I've seen that cutscene. I would not dare say no either.
No means no.
That's how Oodles is.
I've heard it.
Mrs. ended up with Oodles. Just slammed him against the wall, and he went, you couldn't say it? No?
She's too short to slam me against a wall.
No, but Pip did slam you against a wall.
I can see that.
Yeah, that was the most flattering experience. And she went, keep looking at me. I can't keep looking at you. My eyes don't work like that. She would look into my eyes and went, I can't. And you were just giggling, Gadget. You were just letting her do it.
That woman will find your weak point.
Yeah.
Yeah, staring at someone's eyes. I said, I'm broken. I can't do it. She's like, look at me. Look at me.
She'll stare through to your soul.
She did.
He goes on to say, watch The Fall Guy with Beck. We watched it together. She's not in it. And I thought it was really fun. The soundtrack is great, and I like how it parodies movie making from the stuntman's perspective. You saw that one, didn't you, Stick?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
You've seen everything.
Everything.
In the 2 weeks since... In the 2 weeks since the last show, we've had the new Coheed and Cambria album, a new Day to Remember album, and a new song from Sleep Token, and I'm a really happy bunny with it all right now.
It's a good time to be a Marsha.
And as I said on the Discord, I'm having a really good time with the audiobook of 14 by Peter Kleins. It was recommended on here, but I can't for the life of me remember which of you it was. It was you, Candy, wasn't it?
It was me. It's one of my favourites.
I don't want to give anything away, but I'm getting slight sci-fi / only murders in the building vibe, if that makes any sense. Oh, fuck's sake, I want to get that one on the list now. That sounds good.
Hold on to your pants, because things about to get wild.
Because they're coming off.
Peter's the good Klein. He's not the Ernest Klein. He's the Peter Klein is the one we want to talk about.
Yes.
Ernest Klein we don't want to talk about.
Very lovely growth.
What about Chris Klein?
Calvin Klein.
What about Calvin Klein?
I'm trying to think of a
Klein.
Klein. I can't think of one.
Isn't he called Klein in that Wild Wild West film? Kenneth Branagh's character. I think he's called
I
Klein.
think he might be.
The guy with no legs.
No, that's... is that Kenneth Branagh?
No, that's Loveless.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Oh, is it Loveless? Where am I getting Klein from then? I'm some old cowboy film.
Because Kevin Klein is in the film.
Yeah, Kevin Klein is Will Smith's sidekick.
He's Will Smith's sidekick, isn't he? Yeah.
God, It's
It's
incredible that Will Smith passed on The Matrix for that film.
It's a great film. Wiki wow wow where's
Anyway, Xenos has said, I've mostly been playing Palworld, but I'm also making progress in Cyberpunk 2077. I'm well into the main story now, though I think all the side gigs I've been doing may have left me slightly overleveled, as I'm in the mid-40s and thoroughly kitted out with high-end cyberware. Still no word from the police on the spontaneous human combustion epidemic ripping through Night City's gangs. You'd think they'd have some kind of progress report by now.
I had the same problem when I played that game. At some point,
just random gang members just catching fire as you walk past.
No, it happens in the real world. I practically OP'd at some point, like midway through the game, and then just found the combat so easy.
Yeah, but then you go into Fanny Libs, and then you just get absolutely destroyed because everything's so high level in that.
I don't even remember what levels I was when I finished that. I don't even remember.
I think I was like 110
No,
by
but
the time I
you
finished
just
it. I went
get
mental.
overpowered really quickly.
I don't think that game's ever difficult. Really, I've never noticed like a big difficulty spike or anything like that.
I think there were some moments in Funny Libs.
Yeah, Funny Libs definitely had some
It
difficulties.
didn't bother me either.
Yeah, but I'm shit. I'm shit at first-person shooters and all sorts. I think there was a moment where I don't know if it's through both storylines, but you're trying to make your way through a tunnel, and it's just waves and waves.
I remember that.
Like, yeah, it's that kind of that opening mission on Funny Libs as well, where after you've crash landed and you've got to escape and you've got Net with you and you've got to fucking run with the president. We'll save the president.
Yeah.
God, that game's surreal. I love it so much. Anyway,
so good.
Last up, Bouncy Boy Angry Kurt has said, other than carrying on with Yakuza Kiwami, I started Split Fiction, and boy, is it an excellent game. Just like It Takes Two, it's constantly surprising you with new mechanics, and it looks even more spectacular than It Takes Two with some great set pieces. Film-wise, I watched The Damned United for Never Watchers, but I also watched Okja. Okja?
Yeah.
Okja. It was fine. It was more emotional for me now that I have a dog, and it made me feel guilty for eating meat. However, I know Stig disagrees with me.
Good.
I found the character played by Jake Gyllenhaal to be supremely annoying to the point where it detracted from my enjoyment of the film.
Oh, he is annoying, but he's fucking great. That's the character.
I think it was a mixture of his performance and how he was written, but I just couldn't stand him. Sometimes characters are annoying.
And yeah, Kurt, just stop eating meat, mate. It's easy.
TV-wise, like the rest of the UK, it seems I've watched Adolescence.
Never heard of it.
I'm sure you will have covered it already, but I'll just say that I thought it was brilliant too. And though I thought it was only episodes 1 and 3 were effective in using the one-shot approach. Right. I also finished Drive to Survive, which was great, and started White Lotus Season 3. Don't get me wrong, it's still excellent TV, but I'd say it's the weakest and will be the weakest of the 3 seasons so far, no matter what they do in these final 2 episodes.
I don't even know what White Lotus is.
It's just another one of those kind of
reviewed it.
temple drama
Not
films.
the third one.
Drama shows.
Oh.
It's its concept is the White Lotus resorts around the world, and it's like like holiday resorts for like rich people, and usually there's a murder or something like that happens at them, and it's yeah, you've got to work out who done it, but then it's like it's all upstairs, downstairs because you've got the work and stuff, and then you've got the super rich guests, and some people are fucking
the
other people.
relationships, the way people are and how they act.
First season,
rich people being twats.
First season has Sydney Sweeney swanning around in a bikini.
Yeah,
so
what?
Yeah.
What? What?
Yep.
Why didn't you lead with that?
Yeah, taking drugs and swanning around in a bikini.
What's that on?
It's on now TV.
Now TV.
So when you so when you get your trial to watch The Last of Us next month.
Yeah, man. Fucking hell! You need to lead with a bit of Sweeney.
bit of Sweeney.
Get a bit of Sweeney on top of that.
Not confused with the 70s crime drama show.
That and all, I love the Sweeney. Fucking great show.
I preferred Minder.
Minder's great and all.
I can be so good for you. Anyway, no, wow. Really am tired tonight. Finally, in books, I've just finished both the Vince McMahon book and The Two Towers. Vince book was
Very different books.
Very different books. The Vince book was really good, except when he got to Helm's Deep. No, I'm getting mixed up. No, the Vince book was really good, so thanks for the recommendation on that. You're welcome. He is a nasty piece of work, but I can't deny his storytelling chops, as I found myself pretty gripped by some of the descriptions of the plot lines he made up, like the Overseer one.
Higher power. Higher power. Not Overseer. Come on.
Well, either way. Yeah.
yeah. The guy was... some of the storylines are fantastic. Just like I said in Discord, though, like the power went to his head, like in the workplace and in real life. Like, the guy was a genius in certain aspects, in business aspects. Like wrestling wouldn't be what it is today without him. But
he's a cripplingly
he's a very
ruthless,
horrible piece of shit.
Yeah.
You can't make an empire without destroying some people.
Yep. You can't make a Tomelet without breaking some Gregs.
Actually, the thing is about that is that the higher power thing was actually quite disappointing at the time.
Was it?
People were quite disappointed in it.
The way it's described, the way it's described in that book is really good.
Yeah, because it was obvious.
Well done, Kurt. You've got him chatting about Vince McMahon.
But it just felt obvious at the time. Like it was like who could be the one person above the Undertaker who controls the Undertaker? And I was like, it was probably Vince McMahon. Oh look, it turns out it's Vince McMahon. Like it was obvious. It was fun. It creates a fun moment.
It's the dead man.
Like you'll have seen the GIF of it, like unhooding, pulling his hood off and everything before, but
There's that one where he pulls the hood off and it's like really big beady eyes.
yeah, he's like, "It's me, Austin. It was me all along."
He finishes off saying, "The Two Towers, sorry if this upsets anyone, but I found it a bit of a slog, to be honest. There's some great stuff in there, like the Battle of Helm's Deep and Sheldon's Lair, but there's just far too much...
Sheldon?
Shelob. It's written as Sheldon here. I'm fucking Biggie in it.
Sheldon's Lair.
Bazinga.
But there was just far too much boring padding reading about various groups just walking through places. Those bits went on far too long. I was let down by compared to The Hobbit and Fellowship. Yeah, Two Towers has some great moments in it, but it is a lot of walking places.
It's the best book of the trilogy, but not my favourite film of the trilogy.
I think it's the other way around. I think it's the weakest book of the trilogy.
You.
He does like things where nothing happens.
Yeah.
Have you noticed?
And that's the feedback for this week.
Excellent. As always, links to all our extracurricular activities are in our show notes. And you'll find us over on Blue Sky, where the sky is blue. And you'll find us in our Discord. And please consider becoming a patron, because we've got so much delights in store for you this year and all the other stuff. If you're new to Patreon, you get how many years worth of stuff all in one chunk?
We're doing like three and a bit years of 3 and a bit years,
which
of
is
Patreon
over
now.
100 hours worth of
June
content.
2021, I think.
Yeah.
Absolute award-winning content. And please, while you're there, head on over to Do Dragons Dream of Scorched Sheep, our sister podcast. Shit's getting real.
Oh, it's
shit is getting
banging.
real.
And
it's early days, so it's time to get in.
Yeah, it's time to get in while it's all fresh. Biggie's been having some moments of late, hasn't he?
Let's not say anything, but yeah, what a guy.
What a guy, what a failure, what a guy, what a failure. Could go either direction.
Oh, no. But yeah, please just consider it. Consider it.
Patreon.com/modern-escapism. That's where you need to go.
That's where you need to go. It's in the show notes. I'm telling you now. But before we end this podcast, we need to probe deep into the mind of Candyland.
And now, what's up in Candyland?
And speaking of probing, bedrooms.
Here we go.
Right.
Uh-oh.
I've got a messy one. Lots of people got messy
Surprised I can
bedrooms.
see behind you now. Look at the stage.
It's not my bedroom, it's my craft room, it's meant to be messy. But bedrooms. Here's the thing, right? Bedrooms were originally nests, aren't they? So if you've got a messy bedroom, you are doing your bit. It's your natural instinct to have a messy.
Not birds.
Take a step back. Take a step back. Bedrooms were originally nest. Let me just unpack that.
No, you're nesting, aren't you?
Yeah, no. Mammals don't nest, right? Do you know why? Because we don't need to, because we're warm-blooded and we've got fur and hair. You mean caves and stuff like that?
No, I mean like a nest.
No, let her finish.
Yeah,
let her finish.
Let her cook.
God, okay.
Let her cook.
Yeah, like
I don't like it when she cooks. I get food poisoning.
like cats and foxes and stuff. They make little nests. Like I know they're called sets, but
Burrows.
it's a nest, isn't
Sets.
it? So if you've got a messy bedroom, you're not irresponsible. You're doing your bit for humanity because you're nesting well. You're a good nester. You're a good
Does
nestist.
that count for people like that Asmongold fella? Is he nesting?
No.
Or is he rotting?
How the hell do you remember the name Asmon Gold, but you can't remember what you had for breakfast today?
Ass? I thought you were ass man.
Assman Gold.
Smells like ass.
He smells like ass.
No,
He's an
this
Asman.
just strikes me as somebody told you have a messy bedroom and you're trying to figure out
Justify
a way
it.
to justify
She
it.
got a boy back into the gamer bedroom.
No,
What
I've
kind of
never had
messy
anyone in my
bedrooms?
bedroom. So,
Never.
but when I do, they'll be really impressed at what a good nester I am. It's clothes everywhere,
Mess.
all over the
If
floor.
Nest and mess is
If
quite
I was
similar
single
word.
and I saw a really messy bedroom, I'd probably still bang her,
Sure.
but then I don't think I would carry on seeing
But then
her.
you'd get a tetanus shot
I'd
after.
I'd be like, nah. It's
Well, you're
just
looking
me.
at-
I'm
you're
a
looking at it
clean
all wrong.
freak.
Looking
I'm a
at
clean
all,
freak.
Yeah, you tidy everything up, wouldn't you, when she woke up? in the
Yeah, I
morning?
would. I stayed at my friend's
Like Kim and Aggie.
my friend's sister's student accommodation once. We went out in Newcastle, and they all lived there. They're like, yeah, you can stay like in so and so's room because she's not here this weekend.
Oh, the fucking student halls in Newcastle.
Oh
are
my
rough.
god, disgusting! I was like, girls are worse than boys.
Oh, I
The
agree with
room
that.
was disgusting.
Have you been in a girl's bathroom? Rancid.
Stuff everywhere,
I've been in
just
Candy's
makeup all
bathroom.
over the place, like
Yeah.
wipes, and I'm just like, no, like. I get the itch when our room starts to get messy, and it's always everyone else's stuff. It's Kate and the girls' things that start piling up in our room. Like,
Yeah, because
see
you've got
that?
places for your
That's
things.
my area, and it's all neat and tidy. All this crap is yours, and yeah, I'm just like, I can't deal with it. Can't deal with
That's really
Amelia's
true. I
bed-
think men are neater in general.
Amelia's bedroom gets so dirty, messy at times. I'm just like, we tidy it, and she does a really shit job that I end up just doing it.
Because you keep doing it.
Yeah, but I can't stand the way it looks.
This kind of attitude is being enabled by you, Stig. It's your fault, really.
No.
They need
I
to
just think
learn.
she's a really good
What I do with
nester.
mine, I take power cables off them when they don't tidy the bedrooms. then they tidy the fucker up.
Yeah, but they never do a good job. They never do a good enough job.
Mine
Yeah,
are
I
alright. My
agree.
daughter's very clean, very clean. Like to the point where she uses too much toilet roll. She's that clean.
I asked my daughter to tidy up the lounge once because like all her stuff was around everywhere. and
lounge?
she just literally rearranged the stuff that was on the floor, but just in a slightly different way. And she just went, "I've done it." And I looked around and I went, "Right, explain." And the look on
She
her
was
face
nesting,
was kind of
apparently.
like,
Yeah.
"Is this not good?" You know?
So there is some kind of Freudian aspect to this, Candy, where pregnant women nest more.
Yeah.
That's what
Exactly.
they call it, nesting.
Just how we
Where-
found out
where-
that Candy's pregnant.
Oh, stop. That'd be a miracle.
Christ. Absolute miracle. She's already gone through menopause.
I think I am. My memory is so bad at the moment. I think I am. It's like Arrakis down there.
I enjoy the relationship between Oodles and Candy, where Oodles will try and say something to freak Candy out, and Candy just says something worse back.
Oh, I fucking heard it all.
It's the HRTs, mate. You want to get on the HRTs, even in Primrose. You'd be fine, mate.
Yeah, I'll be all right. I'll come on next week like the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
I've been on the HRT.
Now listen to Joe Rogan and Andrew Tate.
Why he sounded like me?
You'd be like, I sat on a cock and a brocket. Snapped it clean off.
But I've made a really lovely nest.
But it is nest. Yeah, so, yeah, absolutely. Thanks for that, Candy.
You're welcome. So just remember next time somebody's got a messy bedroom.
I will judge them.
Before we finish Candyland, one of our green room questions from Kurt is, he said it's more of a Candyland question. Do you want it now?
Go
Yeah,
for
go
it.
on.
Absolutely.
If a poisonous snake bit itself and administered the venom, would it die?
I've got a boring answer to this.
No, do a fun
No.
answer.
The fun answer is, oh yeah, before, so funny. The boring answer is, no, they're immune to their own venom.
But if a fellow snake of the same type bit it, would it die?
No.
Is the venom individual to a snake?
No.
Do you think we as humans are actually all poisonous, but we're immune to each
No,
other?
God!
Well, according to one Agent Smith, we're bacteria.
Exactly. I think I just killed off Biggie.
Just fucking... Do you think humans are poison? Some are, mate.
Oh, we might be.
Some are. Some are absolute poison to the mind.
Like, if we go
But no,
around... Like,
unfortunately, Kurt, no.
Well, as
We've got a best before date.
As the great bard himself, Spoonie in Dog Soldiers, once said, "If something tries to eat me, I hope I give you the shits."
yeah.
Fucking Dog Soldiers, mint Phil.
Yeah, it is a good film, that. But yeah, I don't think a real life Ouroboros would kill itself.
Well, it kills itself by digesting itself, not by poisoning.
Oh
itself.
well, yeah. Where does it die before it digests itself?
Yeah,
That's
at what
the
point?
True question.
At what point?
That's the true question. If you were to eat yourself now, Candy, would you start with your own chin? That's
Contemplate on that, listeners.
I start with my toenails.
Oh, you'd be the Ouroboros, wouldn't you? You'd just become a circle of yourself.
Yes, you would.
But like backwards, not
never,
forwards.
she never lives and she never dies. She's in perpetual purgatory.
Would you start with your own chin?
That's how you eat your own head, isn't it?
I can't be surprised that one.
I've
Who
done it with my
knows? Who
nose.
knows?
You'd stop, wouldn't you? Because you just would have a bottom jaw after that. It just would be...
Exactly. That's the philosophy behind eating yourself.
Unless you cut bits
How
off.
far can you get?
You'd have to,
How far can you
you'd
get?
have to
Just a
cut
bit like
bits off.
Laziel.
Killed me.
You'd have to just shove it in your mouth, push it down.
Yeah. How far can you get?
Oh, God.
Thanks for listening. If you are a patron, we'll see you in the meat room. In the meat room. Fuck
Wow.
it. That's what it is now. It's an abattoir. See you in the green room, but if you're not and you're tight, you're missing out on some absolute frolics. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.